get out there and start fighting and sacrificing for what is right and doing what is right for our community, for our country, for our people, for our children, for our future generations. We need to do it. Otherwise, you know what? What? Just tell us. Or just what do you recommend? What's your idea to do it? We got to keep going to the polls. We got to keep voting. We got what, Donald Trump 4 more years? Yeah, okay, that's great. Donald Trump 4 more years, big deal. What's going to happen?
This is going to be
You
done
know?
before that because it's enough is
Yeah,
enough. Enough is
yeah,
enough. You know what? We're thinking summertime, man. A couple months. If I could get everybody, get people talking, get people out there realizing this is what we need
yeah.
to do.
May, June, July, and August. Four
Yep.
months.
We
Perfect,
stand
perfect.
up together on the same day at the same time. Fucking 4th of July. What's the 4th of July about?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Well,
I mean,
yeah, why, what, perfect. That is absolutely perfect. We should organize something for 4th of July. That would be great.
all
In
the way
all
across the
four
board.
countries of the country,
Yep.
all four corners of the country,
Exactly.
southwest, northwest, uh, northeast, southeast, and with Middle America, you can do your own thing. How
Middle
about this?
American.
Here we go. Here we go. This is good advertisement. This is good marketing, boy. The 5 points for the 4th of July. The 5 points. Northwest,
Right.
you know what I mean? Southwest, Northeast, Southeast, and Middle America. The 5 points all unite together to wake America up and restore our republic. There you go. You
Right.
can't beat that.
Right. You can't.
I come up with some good ones. Trust me.
And they're and people are ready. They don't. Nobody wants to fight. We don't want to fight. The militia
No,
don't want to fight, but they're
no,
ready
no.
to. They're ready to do it. And we don't want to
Yeah,
see more bloodshed. It'd be, but the first thing we
no.
got to do is we got to get this cease and desist order out. Every state it's going to go to Virginia here. That's the first one that's going to go out. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I'll know more tomorrow night about that. But then every state needs to do one. So we need to get people from other states
Okay,
understanding that they got to go through their constitution and go through their constitution and make it work with their constitution first out. Because every
okay.
state has their own constitution. Then on the same day, we're all going to our and delivering them. So we got to get everybody on board though. So it's going to take a minute.
Yeah,
No, a week,
okay.
maybe 2 weeks the most. Maybe I don't know. Hopefully not too long. But
All right. So the cease and desist order. I know you guys went over it on another place. I didn't put that out there, any of that information, because I didn't know if anybody wanted me to. But uh, do you guys have a link or something where someone could read it, or is this just going to be for certain people to
no,
serve
it's for
certain
everybody.
people?
It's for everybody. I got it. I'll pull it up tonight, and I can email it. Whoever wants to throw their email in the chat, I'll throw it. I'll give them a copy of it.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good. And promote
Just
that. Yeah, and
yep.
we're starting with Virginia, correct?
Yes, we're
Or are we
starting
starting with
Virginia.
all? And then we're going to say this needs to be spread across all 50 states, correct?
Correct, correct. And we all need to revamp it for our states, and then when we'll know that when we're going to get it, when we all want to do it at the same time. When we get everybody on board, actually, we want
Yeah.
to serve our capitals the same day. Everybody
Okay.
across the board, because it is a breach of contract. It is violating our rights. They have
That's
no right
right.
to do
Yeah.
that. But and if we let this get away,
You're right. They don't really have the right, but under the corporate magnitude of their corporation that they've hoodwinked us into the contract issues and stuff, how they've tricked us into these contracts, they actually do have the right and on paper, but morally and lawfully technically don't. It's hard to see. It's so difficult to
it is.
really put it to everyone. See, I'm trying to come up with words that would apply to everyone across the board. It's hard. You would understand how anyway I would explain it. Maybe another guy would only be able to understand it a certain way, but and it varies different ways of bringing your message across, and because everyone's different, we're all different. We perceive things differently. Like for instance, like when John comes on, like you said, he brings his message across, but for the majority of the people out there, he comes across as a tyrant and a bully and someone who has no type of way to explaining himself logically to the masses out there. So therefore, a lot of people get offended. Mandela, when he yells and screams, he totally goes off the wall, but he does connect with certain people. He does.
Right.
I've met him before. But, so everyone has their own way, and we have to realize that. I don't have the proper way sometimes also. But But I'm willing to acknowledge that. Shut up and listen to what everyone else has to say, because that's self-evident from the people who come on my podcast. Because I let everyone have a voice,
Right.
and that's the thing. Is you have to shut up and let people talk.
Right.
And none of us are going to get everything we want. None
No.
of us are going to get,
Never-
the
never
way we
happened.
want it. Yeah, no, it's never going to happen. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's never going to happen.
But the
Simple as that.
more of us get out there and keep talking about it, the more people we can reach. It's not something that happens overnight. It's
That's
not,
right.
but it's the revolution's coming. It is coming. It's here. I mean,
It is. I spoke to a pastor tonight on the phone, and he told me, yeah, and he says out here in California, the biggest crocs of baloney are the Patriots. And I see his point. I see it. I get it. But you know what?
do you
You
realize
know,
how dangerous it is to be a patriot?
who's that?
Do you know how dangerous it is to be a patriot?
Oh God, I know.
I
I
never
know.
realized. I thought. I mean, it's worse than drug dealing. At least in the
Yeah.
way they
Oh yeah.
stab each other in the back and shit. It's unbelievable. None of them trust anybody because they've been stabbed. I mean, the Casey Macy, fucking thing. That whole thing going on. He's the one that was down bordering. He's down by the Texas borders, and
Yep.
he videotaped. Um, our patrol letting people in with big backpacks full of fucking contraband in over through the border and shit. If I can,
Yep.
he's dead. He's dead now, and they say it was a suicide, which is bullshit. I mean, it's just wow.
I know. I
And
know.
then the Patriot, they can pick you up and not tell you and shit. It's really fucking scary. I thought drug dealing was scary, but this drug dealers at least have an excuse for fucking being addicts, and it's not a good excuse, and it doesn't stand up with me. But at least they're trying to get high. These guys are fucking stabbing each other in the back for nothing. For what? For your
Yeah.
bills to be paid? Well, dude, go
I
to
know.
work, pay your bills, or fucking learn the law and know that your fucking house is already fucking paid for if you know what to do. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck.
I know it. I know
Oh,
it. It's insane. It's insane. And a lot of people just don't get it. They don't understand
they
it.
don't
They
understand
really
it at
don't.
all. They don't understand.
And that's what we're here trying to do is what don't you understand about the United States corporation, or what can we do to change it and shut it down? And look, the people say, well, if we shut down the government, how are people going to survive? What's going to happen?
Oh
And
God.
that's where we have to get violent. Well, we have to. It'll carry on in certain sectors, but what we're going to have to do is like the Federal Reserve. We kick the central bankers out of this country and stop the Fed, what type of bartering system will we use?
Well, I
Does
think the
somebody else
first
want to get in there?
no, sorry, left. I think the first thing
All
we
right.
need to do, in my opinion, is we're gonna have to take care of the people on Social Security. People are gonna have to go out to them physically and fucking make sure all their needs are met. The people who are on Social Security, they're gonna make sure that if we're gonna figure out a different money system, that's gonna take a minute. So if we don't,
Yep.
if we let's say we take over everything and we start and everything, the money isn't ours. It isn't really money anyways. So we got to start taking care of people. Social Security people are going to be probably the first people because those are the people that depend on their medicine, the Social Security for their medicine, their fucking food, and all that. So we, the people, go out and help these people. You get a list of them. I don't know. I mean, that's a start. We make sure they have food
Yeah.
and their medicine and stuff and that stuff, and then we make sure the families have medicine, foods and stuff because of little kids. And I mean, we just need to start helping each other. I put the link for the YouTube in the thing.
Okay. All
So
right. That's what we need to do here. We need to go on YouTube also. There's the YouTube link. Let's see how I can do that.
It's not seeming to work right now, but that's because my computer's like fucking retarded. I gotta quit pirating shit. Is what I gotta quit doing.
Yeah.
I know, but I like free stuff.
So is anybody else out there wants to get in here? Is anybody else on the queue with us or what?
No, it's
I mean,
just
we want to hear.
Or wait,
Are
Dale
you
came
sure?
back.
Because my thing's saying that there's about 7 of us out there.
Where?
7 or 8 of us already. Let's see. Go to. Yeah, hang on. I'm on YouTube right now. Hang on one second here. If you look at participants, I mean, I don't know what you see on your board.
I see 4. That's 2
You see 4. Okay.
Rick, that's a new person. I don't know who that is. Rick
Yeah,
Garcia
I'm
or something.
trying to get on YouTube here right now.
Yeah, we're trying to get on YouTube here. I'm gonna go to my other computer though, because this computer just doesn't want to work very well.
See, switch account settings. Yeah. I got us on you. I remember that one night, man. I got us on there on this thing, and I got it forwarded to everybody. I mean, it was just all 5,000 people. I mean, and then I went to Twitter, and it was just. I know we got a lot of hits on that. It was about 2 weeks ago when we were on the Zoom, and I remember we had a lot of people in there in the room.
Unfortunately, one of the nights that
at?
people were screaming too. It sucked. I remember that night.
Yeah.
I do remember being on that.
I see one guy there. Let's see. There's Rick. I think that's Rick. He's
Rick.
here. I see him. I don't know if do you see him now? Do you see him?
I see him. Yep, I see
Hang
him.
on, invite. There we go. Let's copy the URL to do the invite.
But yeah, I do remember you getting us on there, but I do remember that we lost a lot of people that night too.
Yeah, a lot of them would just drop.
Yep. Well, nobody wants to fucking hear that shit. This is not.
No, I agree. I do agree 100%. Copy link. There we go. Copy link. Copied. All right, let's invite. All right, invite. See, I give you a link on the bottom of my thing here to invite.
What do you want me to do?
I'm trying to get trying to get to YouTube. See, I in your messenger box on your Facebook. How do you get invite people to a group, or how do you create a group and invite? Well, there you go. I just answered my own damn question. Hang on.
I got us on there. Okay. All you have to do is just give them the link, the Zoom link, and it's an open meeting. All these are open. Anybody can come. Anybody's welcome to come. You just give them the link. All they have to do is download the app, or you can go on to your browser and go that way too. And then they join meeting and they put in the number or whatever works. I mean, if you've already got the link, you hit it and they'll take you right in here actually. But okay. Everybody's invited. This has been open the whole time. And this is actually it's the same link every time. I made it so that it was that way. So we don't have to keep getting different links from each other. Because I do have other meetings in here that like more private meetings. Not necessarily private, but they're, Okay.
Yeah. People start looking at private like, oh, private, yeah. So, but no, it's just that certain things need to be talked about where certain people shouldn't be in there, and people should respect that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yep, it is. I don't need to be in everybody's business. People don't need to be in my business.
That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. I know I invited Florida on here. I don't know where Florida is.
He wasn't here.
I said, he called me, and I was like, well, where's his voice? Is he here or no? He was here, I know.
We got calling user right here. Hello? Hello? Somebody's here. Calling.
They're muted, I think. That's what it is. Or I think I screwed up.
No, they're not muted. They're just not talking. We've had a couple of people that don't want to talk.
Yeah, I know. I hear the bells going off. That's what's throwing me off.
There you go. There's. Oh, YouTube's like a couple minutes. Like I don't know.
Okay, I see it. All right. Hang on, I'm creating a group now. Let's see what happens. All right, we got to close all this out here.
We got Ashley. All right. Oh, sorry. Hi, lady.
Akshita.
I know. I looked at her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that isn't it.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good, welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
That's all.
Glad to be here.
We're gonna see if a few more people come in. They should be. I asked Mark to come.
Yeah.
In. And then Joe's inviting people. We're gonna have a little discussion tonight. A good discussion tonight.
It's always a good discussion if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, the thing of it is, though, Archiveda, I got your cold. You gave me your cold the other night when you were on my show,
Oh.
I got a bad cold now.
Well, you should have been kissing each other. No, I'm just teasing.
No. She was on my phone line, and she was sick, and she's the one that brought the elderberry, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got to go get some.
Yeah, please go get some. I'm sounding much better now. I feel better.
Yeah. Oh, you sound much better. Can you tell I sound like you did the other night? I mean, my note. Yeah, I sound terrible. I mean, it's but
yeah.
It's I caught it from you, I guess. So that's fine. But but what we need to do is we need 2020. Look, we're already January 14th. What's been accomplished? What have we done? We've lost a major battle in Virginia.
Well, though, it may seem like we've lost a major battle, but I see more people together than I've ever seen before. I have not seen as many people like going, what the hell's going on? We need to do something about this. And that to me is a great stride. But I'm new to all this too. I've been learning about this stuff for the last year, and it just I can't unlearn any of it. I like the ignorance is bliss shit because it was
Yeah.
easier, but that isn't who I am, and it's not what I've already learned it, so I can't unlearn it.
Place, and I
But
think every time
God
I
damn,
hear
quit.
about I hear of conversations around war.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
wait
find
here. Hang on.
myself
Is that YouTube?
Yeah, this is
stricken with,
no, this is a video I want us to.
I find myself
Shush. This is
being
about Virginia.
stricken with PTSD.
I think.
Okay.
Destroyed. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Let's start over. Yeah, it's something I was gonna have us all watch as soon as more people get here. It's not. It's only 3 minutes, but I don't know if this is the one now.
I think those are the ads that come up on YouTube. That's what it is, right?
Oh, it could be, yeah. And you know, my
They do it. Yep.
spinning out of control, so I can't find anything now. Stupid computer. Why? You know, how come these computers are not made to do more than one thing at a time?
I know.
You
I
know?
can't figure out YouTube. I can't figure it out. I've tried to get it on my show, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know about. I could look into it, see if I can. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I do know a simple few things about it. Look, you know, this one's just a link. I just click on the thing and it takes me to YouTube. I can do it on Facebook too, but I stay away from Facebook too a little bit
Yep.
because Facebook is is more censored than YouTube. I mean, YouTube's
Okay.
censored too, but I think Facebook's way more
Yeah.
censored. And
Let's see here. Create a group, but I think I screwed up here. Hang on. Let me see if I could.
I don't
Now,
know where
how do
more
I-
people are. Weird. Let's go in here.
Let's put the Zoom link in there now. See what happens. Oh, that's the YouTube. There we go. I got the YouTube in there. Very good. All right. Let's see what happens there. Let's see if I can invite people now. Tag friends. Watch party. Well, I'm on a desktop, so I can't do a watch party on a desktop. Let's see, photo or video.
Why can't you do it
Ah.
on your desktop?
I don't know. I'll try it. What the heck? I never tried it. Watch together. Invite people. That's what I wanted. All right. Let's see what happens. Invite people. Okay. See what happens. All right. Now, let's see here. What can I do here? Add videos. No, I don't want to add any videos. All right. Use that. All right. Done. All right. Let's see. Add videos. No, I don't want to add any videos. Yeah. All right. Well, I do want to add that. Let's see here. All right. Done. All right. It's not letting me do it for freaking result. Let me create the damn group. Come on. Oh, let's see here.
Maybe just
All right, I need to add a video here. Let's see. So let me add a video. Oh, I got no videos saved that are funny. Hang on. Let's see here. There's something here that's something that I catch people's eye with. So you got to be smart with the advertising when you do it. It takes time. She's playing her. Oh,
yeah. There is a knack to it. You got to grab people's attention. And
Yes, exactly.
All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Murphy versus Madison, 5S 2.
Yep.
137.
Marbury versus Madison, right?
Yep. Okay, I gotta like that, and then I gotta.
What's up with Mendelicon though? Why is he angry with me? I just don't get it.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree with you. You didn't do nothing. I'm the one who kicked him out, actually.
I don't know what to do. I never kicked him off the show. Never.
I know you never have.
So I don't know what his deal was.
That's what it is. And I actually didn't kick him out. I didn't kick him off. I just kicked him off that day.
Yeah, he would just try to because he was talking for so long. You're like, hey, please, give somebody a chance.
And I told him in my message to him, I'm like, you're just a little long-winded. And then he said something. I'm like, that's how you need to say it stuff. That's exactly how you need to say it. Short and sweet. You can't keep going on. You're losing people's attention.
That's right. That's true.
I tell John the same thing all the time. And like I said to Delica, and I was like, I sat down with John for hours and talked to him about the way he approaches his stuff. And that's because John and I were friends. We've been friends for over a year now. And I have respect for him. And I just met you not that long ago, but I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I feel the same way. And that's what the funny thing is. Those two are almost exactly alike. In
Yeah.
many ways, they are exactly alike, and they hate that when I tell them that. But it's like, to the rest of us, that's what you guys are.
Yeah.
What you don't like in him, he doesn't like. It's like God.
You're right. You're right.
And I just, yeah, long-winded, and I get long-winded. We all do, and sometimes we're in here having fun. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I do too. I start rambling on. That. Yeah.
you know,
That's.
that's normal. That's human nature. But why can't I
I
share
don't know. I
this
just,
with
I just tried posting a group. I don't know what the hell happened. We'll just see what happens with it. I don't know. Just try to get people there. I don't know. I don't want anybody to join. I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's what I need to do. I need to get to create a group here with this Zoom and get everyone I possibly can share. Share now. Let's see. Share. I'm going to friends share to page. Share on a friend's timeline. No. All right. Well, wait a second. Let's just share it on everybody's timeline. Then see if I can do that. See if I can do that. No, it won't let me do that either. All right. Tag people in your post. No. Let's see. Check in. No. Oh, wait. All right. Let's see. Stokesdale. All right. We'll put it to the city of Stokesdale. See what happens. All right. All right. I'm trying my best here, just get it all out there. But, North Carolina Republic, that's got 2,000 people. That's, all right.
It's kind of weird that nobody's here. I wonder.
That was Florida. Where the heck are you, Florida? You busted my phone wide open today, wanting me to freaking come on and saying that you guys were on, you and Florida were on earlier, I think, right, Sarah?
Yeah. Yep. We were, because it was 9 o'clock. He popped in, and I was like, well, I got a few things I got to run and do yet. But I'm back because it's 11 o'clock your time and 10 o'clock at my time.
Yeah.
I forget that too. God darn it, where'd it go? But yeah, he said he was coming back.
That's what he said. He said he was going to be on here, so I don't know where he is.
How are you doing tonight, Rick? Rick? Are you sleeping?
Who else is there?
Rick, and then the call-in user number 2. And Veda. I can't say her first name, so I just said the last name.
Let me see if I can see Florida. Florida, where are you at, Florida?
I admit it. I know. I'm like,
Veda works good.
I like Veda.
Yeah, it sounds good when people say Veda. So
Veda, I like that. Yeah, I like that. And
it kind of relieves the stress of trying to pronounce Akshita.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's true.
That is a pretty name, though.
Or just Veda, it works.
Yep. Veda's sexy too, actually. It's a kind of a sexy name. I think
Veda.
Everyone.
There you go. Yeah, I like it.
I'm all for. I sell lingerie too, which is part of it. But I went and I just was fighting with them last night. I haven't finished that yet. But I went into. I have access to over 20,000 pieces of lingerie. And so I get these catalogs. I get like 7 major companies, and I made a website for just plus size women. I took all the skinny women, I edited it, I put in, and blah blah blah. It was a lot of work. My new catalog should be out any time now, but I just feel that I think all women should get their sexy on. I think we are better off
I agree.
if we feel sexy, if we like each other better, we're not competing with each other, we're nicer to everybody, that we're nicer to ourselves. If you just have that sexy feeling, and if you feel it, you got it. That's all you need. And so my website is just for plus sizes, so that we're not looking at the skinnier size. Because it's not that we necessarily feel bad about our weight or where we're at. It's just that when we see it right next to each other, we're like, oh man. And you have these things going through your mind whether you want them to go or not. So right. I figured if I cut them out, just at this size, you got more to look at. You don't ever have to have those self-doubts or
right. There's nothing but body type to view, and so you don't see yourself as being plus size.
Right. Exactly.
You're among a community of women that look like you, and they deserve to feel beautiful, just like society makes the skinnier women feel, and it's only right. And I have posted on my page and have gotten some really, really bad feedback from people like attacking me because I was promoting a woman who was plus size who felt beautiful. And she felt enough to take pictures of herself, and she's, modeling and doing all these wonderful things that, she's been told all her life she could not do.
Right, exactly. Do you know what it is though? Her hips are open. That is the secret to women. If your hip joints are open, if you see a woman walking down the street, she's not the most gorgeous thing in the world, but she's got that confidence and she's got that everybody's looking at her. It's because her hip joints are open. We have babies. That's where our power is, in our hips. That's why the Hawaiians do the hula hoop or do the belly dance and stuff. It's the same thing. That's where it all comes from. Is they keep their hip joints open. I was like, that makes sense.
Right. That's why it's good to do yoga and stretch.
Yep. I like oh, that's another thing this bill did. That part pass of the bill where you can't do karate anymore. I like Tai Chi. It's really good. It's slow movements and it's bringing your energy in and pushing it out. It's good for any type of people. It doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair or not. You can do it. It's just a range of motion basically, but you're pushing in and taking out, and it's just it's great. It's the first part of before karate actually. Is Tai Chi. Oh, I gotta go back.
I'm not sure. Did you mention Tai Chi to me once before?
I might have. I talked about it a lot.
Someone did. Just
I talked about Thai massages too, which I actually have one on Wednesday. I'm a big Thai massage person. It's so funny because it was the last thing I took in my schooling because I was like, how the fuck is my fat ass gonna crawl around on the ground giving somebody a massage? Because you do it on a Thai mat, right? And that was back when I was a little heavier back then too. But it's my favorite. It's my favorite massage because what I do, it's called, the easiest way to describe it is lazy man yoga. I put people in yoga positions. I compress, I move, it's great. It's a great massage. It's great for you guys. It's great for me.
You sound like it's great.
I've had a pretty good day. All right, we got roll call here. Good. I just called out for Minnesotans to get a hold of me in the 3%er group.
Trying to figure out how I'm going around all these YouTube stations. That's why I'm going to figure out YouTube. That's what I'm going to do. Try to get everything.
The first thing you need to do is you got your page right with YouTube.
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay, you know that you have to go live. I try to go live right away, and then you have to wait 24 hours. They're going to make you wait 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then after that, you can go live anytime. But yeah, they do make you wait 24 hours. So when you go on your page, go up to the corner on the right hand side and find go live or video or something. It's a little
live streaming or something like that, right?
Yeah, streaming. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And click on that.
Go up to the right hand corner. Go to the right hand corner and it says what's the live streaming? That's what I'm supposed to look for.
Yep. Click on that.
All right, I don't see it anywhere. All right, hang on. Let me go to YouTube. Hang on. Let me go to YouTube. All right, hang on. It's in the left hand corner, right?
Yeah, no, it's the right hand corner.
Right.
Type out your name.
Right hand corner. Where would it be in the right hand corner?
Okay, let me go look quick. Here, let me go back.
Yeah.
I'm down on my Mac, so I get a little lost in my Mac sometimes. It doesn't always work for me. It's just different, is what it is. Different system. Open up now. Open up. There we go. So we want YouTube. So, okay, you're going to go up in your corner.
I go to my YouTube home, right? My YouTube home page, right?
Yeah. And you're going to go up in the corner where you should have like you can put your name or our picture there.
Yeah, it's got a J next to it. All right, so it'll be your channel, paid memberships, YouTube Studio, switch account, sign out, dark theme, settings.
You don't need to click on that. Wait, go. You got the bell next. You got all those little squares next, and then you should have a little camera that says. And then when
yes. Okay, I see the little camera. Okay, create a video or post.
Click on that. Go to live.
Go live.
Yep, and then you'll have to do some other things on the inside, but.
All right, let me do that then. Let me go ahead and let me mute myself while I do that and see what happens. All right. Well, hang on. Now it says account verification step 1 of 2. Verifying your account by phone lets you unlock additional features on your YouTube. Make sure you're real YouTube, not a robot.
Right.
Select your country, blah, blah, blah. Call me with an automated voice message. Text me with the verification code. All right, so I'm going to have to sign off here then, and I'll come back, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll be right back. All right.
Sounds good. Well, where'd Chase go? Oh, he was here. Oh, okay. Wow. Nobody's coming. That's weird. Oh
So
well.
this
All
is
right.
an interesting process.
Yeah. Oh, for the YouTube, yeah, it is actually. I wonder where. I don't know. I left last night, so I don't know. Maybe people are pissed off at me.
So I was just gonna suggest to Joe Gibson that he broadcast his show like this.
Right.
And here we are. And I was like, oh wow, like I didn't even have to say anything. Like I thought it and boom. But not that it was just my thought. I'm just saying, I didn't know y'all were thinking like that.
Yeah, I love it when that. It's one of those ironies of life. I love.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're speaking about taking back and fixing America with the U.S. have a voice now. Okay, that's something we could watch. Um,
That's what I call divine alignment. Excuse me, divine alignment or invine alignment.
that's that's a nice way to put it. I just call it irony, but yours just sounds way better. Definitely. So, wow. Oh, maybe I did piss some people off. I'm pretty good at doing that. I don't mean to be, but life is life. I'm not gonna worry about it. I
I
don't
probably
know.
won't be what's the agenda? Like what we
I
got?
was going to talk about the okay. We got a we got a paper that we need everybody to get to look at and to sign it if they want. I would love to see lots of people sign it because it's going to help us. That's going to Virginia. We are suing Virginia for breach of contract. For we the people are suing Virginia, and I don't know if we're doing. I don't know if we're suing Virginia, but we're suing the legislations, the people that made the law that is violating our Second Amendment.
Right.
And so we got assist and decease order right now, and that is going to be delivered. We're not sure what day, but everybody needs to take it because every state, we want to do every state at the same time. We want it, but it's got to be revamped for our states because each state's got a different constitution.
Right.
So it has to work with that. And so, and when we all get that together, we get enough people involved. We do it all on the same day. We deliver those to the Capitol and sue them too because they are breaching the contract of our Second Amendment. That's what I was going to talk about. So I just did actually. Okay, we're done now. No, I'm just teasing. What am I looking for here? Okay.
That was a nice brief.
Yeah. So breaking news. She's got breaking news here too. Oh, this is what Is this what I brought in? I must have. As far as the
So the
20th,
objective is to get people to sign the petition.
what's that?
I said the objective is to get people to sign a petition.
Well, this is basically the same thing. It's just, it is a petition, but it's actually it's better than a petition because it's a lawsuit.
Right. But in support of the lawsuit.
Right. Oh, my belly hurts. Um, yeah, I'm not the best spokesperson because sometimes I just say things, but I get confused. And I was in that meeting today, and I kind of had other things. I got a zillion things going on right now. But that's okay. I'll live. We'll be okay. Oh, I can't spell either. Spell those times to try. So how have you been? How's the baby? Well, I guess they're not babies, but they're still kind of babies to me.
You talking to me?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're fine. We've all been under the weather, so getting back.
You should drink some hot water with lemon and honey right now. That'll help your throat.
Probably should.
Actually, that sounds good. I think maybe I'll go make some here in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. My throat is irritated.
Yeah, that lemon honey will help a lot. Perfect for that dry throat, cough, and stuff. It's actually people are like, first time I tried it, I was like, what the hell? This is good. Um, well, I gotta go this way, don't I? I can't really write this. Damn, that's kind of dumb. Okay, go here. Damn. Actually, I can just do this, actually. Yeah, knock it off. It's retarded. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Got my lemon and my honey, y'all.
Otherwise, people are gonna die. Anyways, did you catch all that? No, well, me and Vader here, and Joe's here, and then Rick's here, and somebody just came in and heard him.
Yeah, I'm back. It's Joe.
Okay. Okay, bye. guys didn't hear me, did you? I was like, okay. We can watch this. What here? I just want to see what this looks like. It might be good. If you don't want to watch it, it's no big deal. But I thought we'd start.
You were right, Sarah. It takes 24 hours. So 24
Yeah.
hours, I'm going to be live.
There you go. Yep.
All right.
Now you're all set up and stuff, so you're gonna
Yep.
do it. I'm not really sure what this is. That I brought it on here because I thought it was something that we should watch, but I hope it's not very long. It shouldn't be. I can't. I got it off the 3%ers page. So
Of everything that is taking place, and I think every time I hear about I hear of conversations around war, I find myself
I don't know what this is.
being stricken with PTSD. I find myself being stricken with PTSD.
Ilhan Omar has found herself in the headlines once again. This time, she decided to invoke PTSD, claiming she is stricken with it as a result of the recent conflict with
I
Iran.
don't know what this is.
You know what, Congresswoman Omar? I take deep offense to what you are doing. As someone who understands what it's like to live in a war zone, I can tell you I know exactly what it's like to be blown up from rockets.
Who is she?
I spent months in the hospital.
That's that Omar.
Shrapnel in my bones.
She's in
Okay.
Minnesota.
Is she? Oops.
I spent my youth
Yeah.
living in an underground bomb shelter. I know what it's like to bury most of my friends before the age of 18. My childhood was stolen by war. I know what PTSD from war is all about. I've lived it. And I have a very serious message for you, Congresswoman. Your attempt to use PTSD as a mechanism to bolster your own dangerous anti-American
Oh God,
foreign
it's that.
policy agenda
Okay.
is a spit in the face of service members, wounded warriors, and every person who has experienced war firsthand. Trying to use something like PTSD to justify your claim that one of the most brutal terrorists in the world should have lived is not only dishonest, it is despicable. Qasem Soleimani was a man consumed by evil with the blood of countless innocent lives on his hands. Nothing you can say or do will change that. He deserved exactly what he got. And why do you gripe and complain about America? People like me and our brave military, people who have actually suffered due to war, are out there fighting tooth and nail for our country. We understand that people like Qasem Soleimani make it their life's mission to kill people who do not subscribe to their radical ideology. I will always proudly stand by our flag, our president, and our exceptional nation to make sure that religious extremism, drivers of global instability, and threats to freedom and democracy are appropriately dealt with. I will always stand up for the country that saved me from the war-torn Middle East, not the terrorists who drove me out. So please, Ilhan, instead of using PTSD as a device to position yourself as a victim, use it to condemn the evils of anti-Semitism, terrorists, and their sympathizers like the Council on American Islamic Relations. You could have become a voice for freedom, Ilhan, but instead, you decided to become a tool for the radicals that have destroyed both of our home countries. Shame on you.
Sorry, I was totally drawn into that. That wasn't really what I thought it was, but wow. Guess she told her, huh? Literally told her. Actually, I think it's too bad. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was something else. Oh, I lost everybody. Damn it.
No, I'm still here.
Who was the other lady? Did you catch that? Who the other lady was?
No, I didn't.
Bridget Gabrielle.
Oh, she's another whack job. Yeah, I forgot where she's from.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know hardly any of this stuff. It's pretty. I should know it more. But...
She's in Minnesota, that Omar woman.
Yeah, I
I've called
know.
her on my radio show.
Yeah, have you really? Well, it shows how much I know. It's a little embarrassing, but hey, you know, it was never really much. My mom would be so proud of me right now. My mom was really political. She was into politics. She did a lot for Minnesota public radio and stuff. She was a very smart woman. Batshit crazy, but she's very smart.
Yeah, I know. It's just, but are we the only ones on here or what?
Yep, Mark's coming. I don't know where anybody else is actually.
Hang on, I'm trying to check here. They just sent me an email, the YouTube thing. What happened to Veda there? Where'd she go? She took off too?
No, she's still here.
Right here.
Okay, there you are. All right.
Supposed to make some hot water with lemon and.
Yeah, I'm drinking some now.
Oh yeah, is it helping? It actually sound better already.
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I came in, I said, why wait?
Right?
Do it now. Yeah.
All right, YouTube. I got to close down YouTube here. I'm going to close down the YouTube. All right. Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin. I think I'll be coming out to Wisconsin. Yeah. They got some nice farms out there. I want to look at some dairy farms out there. Where the hell's Florida at, man? You know what a punk. You know, he blows up my phone. I talked to him on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be on there." I said, "Okay, I'll be on there in about 10 minutes." And where is he? Jerk.
You have very little patience, Joe.
There's Mandelicon, I think. I think Mandelicon's out here. Oh, I think Sarah left. Sarah, where? I think Sarah got kicked off, I think. Where the heck did you go, Sarah? Sarah, where the heck did you go? Yeah, her camera's off. She must be talking to somebody. All right. I need to do a daytime show. What's up? That's what I'm trying to unite here. Let's do a daytime show where I get, because it's 7 o'clock at night. I can't call people, Veda, there, right? Now, everyone's office is closed. I could get people live during the day. Trust me. And we could really put the word out.
Right. So, yeah. Go for it.
Is that Leroy? Where somebody else is hiding in there. Somebody's got. There we go.
Sorry, I just walked away. I didn't even tell you I was leaving. I was like, huh.
There's Sarah.
Yeah, I ran downstairs. My dog was wanting to go outside and I had to get something to drink. And then I realized I didn't say anything. I'm like, oh, shit. Then I had to take a bite of lasagna and look at my husband. He's sleeping in the chair.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm going to get off here and take my medication here in a second. And then check back with you guys in about 15 minutes. I'm going to, because I got some emails here I got to check. And I want to know what's going on in Virginia. They were supposed to email me and let me know.
You
There's
should try
supposed to be a rally up there, too.
You should try some hot water with lemon and honey. Works really good.
Okay.
Makes your throat feel better.
There's Mark. What's up, Mark? Mark. He
takes him a second.
All right, he's logging on. Mark Johnson is connecting to audio. There he is. Okay, there's Mark. Yep, his mic's muted. Unmute your mic, Mark. There he goes. What's up, Mark? Mark, I'm trying to do a daytime radio podcast here in the next couple of days. I don't know if I want to do it tomorrow because I got a bad cold. I can barely talk right now. I don't even know if I got a fever yet.
Everyone in the nation is sick, pretty much.
I know.
Same thing.
Oh, what did this guy tell me? Lidocaine or something? Lidocaine? What the hell's the name of that stuff that begins with L? Does anyone know? No. I'll find out. Somebody called into a radio show and cured like 10,000 people of the common cold in like one phone call. And it really worked, this stuff. It begins with an L. You can buy it at any drugstore, and it comes in a pill, and it's like 1,000 milligrams of something. It's lidocaine or something, and it's curing the infection that's going around the country right now. It's curing it. But you won't hear about it on Fox News, of course. You know?
Of course not.
So they want us sick.
Well, hey, the sodium chloride, it does a hell of a job. I remember I had that flu bug quite some time ago. I took that stuff and poof, gone the same day.
Yeah.
Works real good. sodium chloride and citric acid mixed together. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna get me a shot of that while we're sitting here. I'll mix me one up just in case, because everybody's got it and I've been feeling kind of rough. So I'll be right. Yep. Exactly. What?
Get your tonic.
That's it. That is it.
Get your tonic and heal your body.
That's right.
Yep. Can't do nothing if we're sick.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It makes me not want to go out by anybody now. Because I don't see a lot of people. So that means I don't have that, my immune system's not that good. I haven't been sick for a while either, but not gonna win on that one. Where was, okay, anyways, I'm gonna put the cease and desist order up here, the revisation. If I can find it, I thought I had it up already. Sarah, I shut it down, damn. I put
All right, yep.
On it and it doesn't want to work so well.
So people can actually see that. Oh, there we go. Damn thing done went out on me again.
Oops, yeah, so we gotta go here.
No, kitty. No, kitty. Get out.
Is that your new one?
Yeah, that's the new one. She's needy as all get out. She's a sweetheart though. Yeah, I'm gonna take kind of a extra today just because I don't feel like getting sick.
Hey, no doubt. You're no good to us if you're sick.
I try not to. Yeah, because there's too much crap going on right now. I can't go with it. Can't get down. Might as well.
Now, how did I just do that? I got it up. I can invite over 4,000 people to watch this right now. To watch this, and I don't know how I did it, but I might as well send the invites. What the heck? There we go.
Hey, pretty soon you'll be on YouTube.
There we go. All right. Well, I have my mixture set up right there. And I'm waiting for the results of this here. One thing you don't want to do is really breathe the fumes too deep because it gets kind of potent really quick. It goes from a clear liquid, turns to an amber. Give you a few seconds as the chemical agents are mixing. It's just that little bit of something there that turns your body's blood into like 100% pure oxygen. And once that happens, you can breathe it, but it might choke you pretty good. Oh boy, that's a strong dose. But I probably need it. I've been out there playing around in the water, old as I am. That should be about right. A little glass like that. This is an extra dose here. So got to get some water now. You add water and drink it down.
Do it. Down it.
Down it.
It's going slow, my invites here, but I got about 1,000 here already. So let's see. Let's see if I can send them all at once. See how many we get here who actually come on. You got to remember, it's what is it, Monday night? Monday, everybody hates Mondays.
Yeah. We could do an early one on Wednesday sometime. I know tomorrow
we need to.
Yeah.
You know?
If you want to, send out the invites early in the afternoon so people have an idea about it too. But then that don't always work. People forget.
I got this woman here. I want to come on my podcast show. I want to invite her. She's running for senator in Delaware, and I want to get her on, see what her take, what her plans are, and if we need to get these corporate thugs on our side, and infiltrate this place and get everybody out there and get involved in each state, like we were talking about earlier, and start making a difference and make 2020 really happen. And because in 2021, I don't want to be sitting back talking about the same damn shit no more. You know,
Exactly.
I want to talk about moving forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, getting something actually done.
Exactly. That's the key. Yep.
Learn to be better slaves.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Welcome, John. So, you guys want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. This is the cease and desist order, right? So first of all, I want to say that you know that they had the emergency meeting. What was it called? The emergency meeting is more of a secret meeting. Yet it was found out on the 13th today. They passed 4 of the bills out of the 9 of them that are supposed to go. They're looking at. So as far as we know, they could be there now going through them because they don't want to tell us anything lately. They had a lot of people. Apparently, I was reading an article in the newspaper about there's people that showed up on the grounds with guns. I don't know. Anyways, that was why they cut it short or something. That's kind of the reason. But so 4 of them I've went through. The main one, the big one, which is the 16, right, Joe?
Yep.
That one's been shelved till whenever they get to it. So the 20th is still going to happen, but we can't like, I mean, there's a lot of people throughout the United States that are saying we're walking into a trap. So that's the kind of, at the moment, I think people are standing down. There's more going on that's in the works right now. This is the first thing we're doing is this, and then we're going to get every state to do one for their state constitution and send them in. This gives us a few months, and then we're going to have John's Revolution.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What happened today?
4 of the laws were passed. I don't know which ones. I can't find them.
What laws?
About the guns in Virginia.
Okay, you don't know which laws were passed?
Not yet. No, I can't find it yet.
We do. I do actually. I read it, but I'm going to tell you right now, they didn't pass the assault weapons ban. They did not pass any type of gun confiscation ban. They did pass the red flags, where they'll have these secret hearings without you being present and stuff like that. But they did not pass the National Guard thing, where the National Guard is going to get involved and stuff like that, John.
Okay. And our response is to be good little slaves and not do nothing about it.
No,
That's what I heard. But we ain't going for it. No.
that is not what it's about at all. That's
Oh, well,
about
that's what I see here going on. We're going to put in paperwork again.
until we get everybody ready to stand up and do what you want, basically. But
That's like do nothing. Be good little slaves. In other words, that's what we're going to do.
We got to start somewhere, John. We got to start
no,
somewhere.
God, it's
We got
not-
to
Well, we
agree,
start
John.
by submitting to the rule of our masters.
No, it's not.
We're not submitting, John.
The
We're not
people don't
submitting,
even
but we've
know-
got to
The
agree.
people don't even know what they're
It's just
standing
people.
up for. You have
Exactly.
a whole bunch of ants running around with no colony.
You don't know what we're standing up for. We're standing up for freedom, young lady. That's what it's
Okay,
about.
young man.
No.
Yes,
we
but
are
but
standing up for
John,
freedom,
but
but that
other
doesn't
people
mean-
don't
That
understand
doesn't
that.
mean go like
Oh, you
loose
don't know
cattle,
just neither. The
not
two
knowing
people here don't know
where
what
we're
we're standing
going
up
and what
for.
we're doing.
Standing up for freedom. Anyone else doesn't
freedom.
know what we're standing up for, wants to know what we're standing up for. We're standing up for freedom.
But they think they have freedom.
Exactly.
You think you have freedom. Don't speak for
I
other
don't
people.
think I have freedom.
No,
I don't think
no.
so at all.
She's speaking for the dimwits out there, John, and you know darn well what she's talking about. She's talking about the zombies out
The
there.
ones that are going to do something. And I'm not
John, we
ready
can't let the machine break down, John. You're letting the machine break down by becoming argumentative again. We got
you
to
mean
stick
tell me
together.
We don't want the government to break down. We don't want to fight for freedom. We want to keep this going.
Oh.
Is that what you said, Gibson? We don't want to break this down? Because I
No,
thought
no.
the purpose was
God,
to
we
break
do
it down.
actually. This is coming from people that are willing to fight, willing to die for us.
Wait a
This
minute,
is
wait a minute.
coming
They're putting in paperwork and they're telling me they're willing to die for us. Sounds like cowards just talking shit that want to
Oh,
pretend to be
yeah.
something they're not. I'm just saying the truth here.
So
I'm
you
sorry
better
to
make
say
sure you're in
something.
Virginia on the 20th then. You better start
Yeah,
walking out.
exactly. Make sure your ass is there, armed and ready. Then I want to
Yep.
see you there. Okay.
You know what's more important than being there? Having the right state of mind as a human being. Not be that
Well,
slave mentality of saying, I'm
stay with
fighting,
that
I'm a
thought,
good little
John.
slave
If
master.
you just stay with that
Master,
thought
as a
right there,
good
we
little
can get
slave
so
I
master,
know.
Here's my signature.
My
Look
right
how
state of
we
mind.
signature
Your
together.
state of mind don't mean nothing. My state of mind, I could be on the planet Mars. What difference is it going to make to my neighbor? Nothing. You always talk about your neighbor. Well, then you know what? Let's go, neighbor. Let's go to Virginia. Come on, I'll meet you halfway.
Joe Gibson.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
you can't
Go
get
to
your state of
Virginia
mind in
and
the
then
right
what?
place. You can't get your state of mind in the right place, so that makes you useless.
What are you gonna
John,
do? Go to
attacking
Virginia?
each other, attacking each. See, we didn't even get 5 minutes into the show tonight, and we've already begun.
How do you expect
You
us
know?
to stand up for our rights if we can't ever get along?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Filing paperwork to your master is not fighting for your rights. That's being a good little
We're not
slave.
filing paperwork. We're putting them on notice in writing. You do it peacefully first. You use the First Amendment first, John. Then you go to the second. Okay?
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
No, what
Some
we got
men-
here is people that are
some
good
men
little
just
slaves
never
doing
learn.
the same thing that got us to this problem to begin with, and they're going to just keep doing it because they can't see, because they can't get the state of mind right.
Okay, John. So what do you propose, then, John? You go ahead. We'll do what you want on the 20th. What do you want to do?
20th is
Cricket.
Oh no, the cat got his tongue.
Yeah.
the 20th.
We had to
you
think
go in
about
there
it.
blazing with guns. You will go to a FEMA camp, like you said. You know that they're not ready. People are not. We don't have the American people ready.
Yeah. And we got to make them ready first, John. We got to make them ready first. That's
And
our job.
We got before November. I mean, Joe, can you? I need to. When do they? No, they haven't even done the confiscation of the guns yet. Okay. Because that's important to know the dates on that. But
Yeah, they passed the laws today. First, so therefore, John was wrong because he said they passed it on the 2nd, if you remember correctly.
I do.
Or
'cause
was
I
it the
thought
3rd? You know,
So what did they do on the 2nd?
they didn't do nothing. John gave you misinformation.
No, we got that off the internet. We got out that came from the internet.
Okay.
Because I
That's
remember
okay.
Where it was
That's
on the
okay.
2nd.
But that's okay.
But what is that exactly? Because there's a process to all this, and I don't really know the process. So on the 2nd,
Yeah.
would they bring the bill in? Like, okay, this is a bill we're going to look at, and I'm saying
It was proposed on the 2nd. It was proposed, and then they have all their processes they have to go through and all that nonsense. That's what I was trying to explain the other night when John was yelling and arguing with everybody. Finally today, but today they passed it. Let's just move up. Let's just forget about the mistakes we made over the past few weeks. Let's not repeat them again.
What they're doing is holding themselves up, getting paid to sit there and have order out and play around with people's lives.
True.
So the second was bringing the bill in. Is that the first process? They signed the bill in that we're going to look at this bill and deal with it, or that we're going to accept this bill? Or,
well, the governor still hasn't signed it now, according to what I know. So it's really not law yet, but it's been passed.
This is where they go back and forth with their ideology, and they try to get a bipartisan agreement on the law. And if they do not get a bipartisan agreement, then whichever party gets the majority vote, then they have to, what is it, like 2/3 agreement?
Mm-hmm.
So on the 2nd, 2/3 agreed to bring the bill in. That's what would happen at 4:20 or 4:48 that day, right?
Can I ask?
I believe so.
They won the whoever wanted it.
But John wants to answer, so let's let John. John's going to answer. So go ahead, John. Sorry.
Okay, you said they passed something today. What did they pass? Who passed it?
Virginia's
the House. And the governor is presumably going to sign it. What day he's going to sign it, I don't know, but it has been passed.
There's a house in Virginia. The
House of Representatives, the House of the phony representatives that supposedly represent you and me, or the Virginians. Excuse me.
Virginia. This is not the United States we're talking about, is it?
No, this is
no. It's Virginia, John.
Okay, so I didn't
Hang on,
know.
let me go to my
I
site
didn't know
here.
any state had a House of Representatives.
I don't like logging into this site all the time, more than once a day, but I'll do it and see if they got something for me. You know,
I mean, explain to me this House of Representatives in
it won't
Virginia.
let me.
So
Explain that.
let's break this down because this is a really good question. So our states all have their own.
Yeah, each state has its own House of Representatives. Yes, each state has its own senators and Congress. You have a state congressman, you have a state senator, you have a U.S. senator and a U.S. congressman in each state also. Okay, that's so there's two different types of So you didn't understand that, Sarah?
No, it's been a long time since I. Really
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
Each state's got a senator. Each state's got a congressman.
Each state has two U.S. senators, United States senators. Okay, and then each state has U.S. state senators. Okay, and then it's the same thing that goes with Congress. Okay, you have the United States
so
congressman.
They got two senators in Virginia, and that is the House of Representatives that you're talking about. Two people.
No. No, the House of Representatives would be called the legislators in the state. Okay, the House of Representatives and for the District of Columbia would be the Congress. Okay.
Okay. I want to go to the Congress
And it is important to know the difference because at different levels, as the bill is passed, it stops at each one of those stations. So that also understanding that also determines the process of the bill.
Okay, you all passed by the House. Doesn't even matter what was passed. What exactly is the House in Virginia? I know we have a House of Representatives in the United States government, up there. Okay, and they go to the District of Columbia.
State legislature for Virginia.
Okay,
but they don't have anything to do with the federal.
So if there's a state legislature just for Virginia, that consists of what exactly? Two people so far you've told me.
I'm not sure. I've never looked at Virginia's.
Hang on, I'm trying to get the copy of the law that was passed today by the representatives of Virginia. But hang on.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I know on the second, the governor of Virginia, which is the governing body of Virginia, because that's why they call him the governor. On the 2nd of this month, he signed into law an executive order, you might call it, and that happened. And it was all over the news. It was all over everything. You know, but now you're saying a House of Representatives signed, and the only House of Representatives I know of is for the United States citizens. I don't know of this one you speak of for Virginia.
House.
Okay, a bill is referred to the appropriate committee by the Speaker.
John, I've tried to reason with you, John. And the simple fact of the matter is, I'm looking at live photos right now. I've tried to reason with you, but you just want to be a jackass and talk stupid. Simple as that. And there's no reasoning with a complete jackass.
Does anybody have the answer to that question, or are you just going to call me stupid?
So you're not asking a logical question.
Oh, no, actually he is.
But yet it doesn't even exist, as far as I know.
It says the General Assembly is what came up for Virginia State Legislature makeup, and the General Assembly is the bicameral body consisting of a lower house, the Virginia House of Delegates with 100 members, and an upper house, the Senate of Virginia with 40 members.
Right. And this is how
I'm going to tell you right now, they were there in full force today, okay, to stand up for the Second Amendment, you know, so they were there.
We have a bill becomes a law. It's
the Virginia House of Delegates.
Legislation is introduced. Any member can introduce a piece of legislation. House is held by the clerk of the House are placed in the hopper. The Senate members must gain recognition of the preceding officer to announce the introduction of a bill during the morning hours. if any Senate objects, the introduction of the bill is postponed until the next day. Okay. The committee action. The bill is referred to the appropriate committee by
Okay,
the Speaker
okay.
of the House
I think
or
you
by the
just cut it
presiding
out.
officer of the
So
Senate.
100, you said there were 100 representatives now from what,
140.
what's her name was saying. So out
Yeah,
of
140.
100 representatives, not one said, I object to this bill.
We don't know that.
Well,
would've been-
okay, what you just read right
Okay,
now.
well, I'm going to tell you something right now.
If even
Where were
one
you today,
objects,
John?
the
John,
bill
where
does
were
not
you
go on the
today?
floor.
Where were you today? At the General Assembly building. It was the Virginia General Assembly, okay, in Senate Subcommittee, room number 1 on the 5th floor. Okay, they were there today at 8:00 a.m. Okay, thousands of people standing up for our Second Amendment rights. And you know what? A lot of people were doing also. They were handing out 30-round magazines. Okay, because they were supposed to be banned as of today. Okay, so according to their, if it was to be passed. And so where were you, John? Where were you? Where were you? Why weren't you in Senate Room A in Virginia?
Okay, Sarah, again, what you just read, please.
Yeah, you won't acknowledge that, will you?
I'm not here to talk stupid, dude. I'm just
Yeah, I know
asking
you're not. You're
honest,
just here to
good
act
questions.
stupid and look stupid.
Oh, no, no,
You know,
Oh, y'all can
I know.
cut that out.
Guys,
You're never
Okay,
gonna
seriously.
find
I'm gonna
anything
give you
else.
I'm not
there.
here. I'm not going to answer his question because, like I said, Sarah, what you just read, it said if even one member.
No, this is when it's introduced, when the introduction of a bill that's already been done. The bill's already been introduced to them. But obviously nobody, even when they did introduce, well, no, because they waited a couple days.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. But it says when the bill is let me say, when the introduction of a bill during the morning hours, if any Senate objects of it, then it gets postponed until the next day. So as far as we know, this has been introduced many times to the council there.
Okay, but the point is, okay, now let me just not get this wrong. Okay, so we've acknowledged here there was 100 representatives. You said, right? Okay, even if it was 95 or 110, doesn't matter. But you use the number 100, so that's 100 people that represent the people that were there when this bill was presented. Out of 100 representatives of the American people, okay, not
for Virginia, or Virginia,
not one representative objected. Because if it gets objected, it doesn't even get heard. It just gets to the next meeting. They can bring it up again. And if one objects again, it never gets heard. It just goes to the next meeting. In other words, it just dies. It can't go nowhere until everybody is in full agreement.
That's not true.
Let's run this bill through.
Okay, a bill is referred to the appropriate committee by the Speaker of the House or the presiding officer of the Senate. Most often, the actual referral decision is made by the House of Senate parliamentarian, however you say that. Bills may be referred to more than one committee, and it may
looks like
built so that the parts are sent to different committees. The Speaker of the House may set time limits on committee. Bills are placed on the calendar of the committee to which they have been assigned. Failure to act on a bill is equivalent to killing it. Bills in the House can only be released from committee without a proper committee vote by discharging petitions signed by a majority of the House members. 218 members, it says.
Okay, I think you're talking about the House and the federal government there.
Oh, it might be because it just
I think you're going way too big on the numbers.
Sorry,
you're talking federal wide.
It's how a bill is
okay, but in the beginning, it says there that when a bill is introduced, if even one member, objects to that bill, okay, it is to be passed on and be reintroduced into the next meeting, but it will not go in. Okay, it will not even be considered. If even one member. Now, you did read that, right?
No, it didn't say that. It said that.
Okay, go to the beginning again. Let's see what it says.
It will be
go to the beginning again. Because that's what I heard. Maybe I heard it wrong.
Senator objects, the introduction of the bill is postponed until the next day. Does that mean they get a vote the next day then again on it?
They get held up until they come to a final decision, and the whole time they're getting paid.
But the thing is, if anybody objects to a bill, it just gets passed along. It doesn't go any further.
That
It only
day.
takes one person. So it takes a unanimous agreement just to get it going, is what it's saying there.
But they've had this bill in there for a long time. This has been they've been trying to pass this bill for a long time. Since last year anyways, right?
Not this particular bill, but there's the end of last year, which is the beginning of this year, which is the same thing. I mean, it's not. Look, the point is the governor signed it. One man. Okay? Signed on the 2nd, laws in. Okay? Now, if you read the beginning of that, it says it gets presented to the House unless if even one member objects to it. So now you're talking a House of 100 representatives of the people, and you've got, for the first time in the history, hundreds of thousands of people coming up to say no, and these people are supposed to represent the people, these representatives, but yet none are going with the people's will. None, zero. Now you want to bring them paperwork like it's going to make a difference, like it never has in the past either. That's why we're here where we are today, because people think, oh, just sign the petition. Let's just go let's just submit our grievances paperwork. Look, the point is, this is not supposed to be about putting paperwork in. This is about correcting the course of government. And that's why people are showing up there. Okay? They're not showing up there because they want to beg. They're not coming from other states and meeting there with their guns to beg the government to please, come on, dudes, please don't do this to us. Oh man, I guess I have to take it. You're the slave master.
It's not about begging. It's about playing their game.
No. When we start assembling the militia, their game is over. That's what it's about.
So now we should go
assembling
in.
the militia, the real militia. That's what it is in the minds of the people, because the people want freedom. They're tired of this. And people are getting together and they're like, good, because I can't do it alone. Now that they're getting together, let's get together and do this right. And the right way is not paperwork. And that's what it comes down to. Bottom line. Now, you want to do the paperwork? That's just submitting to the rule of your slave master, because that's what we've been doing.
Yep. That's still going to take a lot of organization.
Now, what do you think they've been doing while you guys are sitting here telling them, no, let's just keep being good slaves and let's let them do what they're doing? While you're doing this here, other people are organizing.
Not as much as you think they are. They're also.
Well, how would you know? You're not organizing, but to tell them to stop. You're telling them, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Stop.
We have to be good slaves.
No, we're not.
Okay, what was that paperwork that you're here supporting? Being a good slave. I mean, that's bottom line. I mean, I'm speaking English because that's the only language I know. You're talking here, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to submit paperwork. Well, what is the point of the militia? Because militia is not to submit paperwork. They do not form to submit paperwork. Do you don't even know what the militia word means? That is an army of the people against a tyrannical system or something that is endangering their lives. Okay, oppressing them to the point they can't live in peace anymore.
Got it.
At all.
Have a good night then. Okay.
That is when the militia forms, and they don't form to send paperwork in.
Okay, good night. It's fine.
You're telling me good night because of what I just said?
I heard what you just said, but you don't know everything, and you're not always right. So if that's what you believe,
I'm wrong. Okay, am I wrong? The militia forms to file paperwork? I'm wrong? You're telling me that the militia forms so that we can file paperwork into government?
John, you always talk about the militia. What are you a part of the militia? Have you been a part of any militia group by any chance?
I am one of we the people. That makes me part of the militia, buddy.
That wasn't the question, John.
That was the answer.
Wasn't the question.
I am part of the militia. I am one of we the people. Yes,
Well,
I
you're not.
am
So you're not
militia.
a part of any. You're not a part of any. I guess you could say Patriot Network or group that's out there,
Oh,
knowing
you
what
mean
they're
the ones
talking
that are
about.
saying, "Hey, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. We're gonna
No,
file
no.
paperwork."
Basically, you
No,
they
no, I'm
don't
no
allow
part of
you
that.
then, because you would
I
not
am
be
no
allowed.
part.
If you
I
came to
am
North
no.
Carolina with that rhetoric, we'd kick you right out of the room because you're just talking nonsense. You don't want to listen. You have no logical
No, they
discussion
wouldn't kick
whatsoever
me out
to
of
the
the room,
table.
buddy. They'd stand up and do the right thing because you know
Well,
what? That's what
can
it's
I say
about. That's
this?
why they're there.
There are so many aspects and there are so many angles in which we must be prepared. And paperwork is one of them. That's like no business operates without an
Yeah.
HR section. So you got to have your center, and
So
that's
you're turning my
where
wait.
all
Did I get
information
that
is
right?
accumulated, where it's disseminated from. And so you need the people, you need the soldiers that are ready and trained to get ready to go out there and do whatever they need to do, because we can't assume that it's going to be hands down easy. All right, give it up and everything's going to be fine and happy. Let's have a nice day today. We've just taken power. No. So there's everyone has to be preparing the way that they need to prepare, but there still needs to be organization, because everybody's not coming from the same mindset and walk of life. But if we have a common idea and a common goal, we can reach it in unity. So that's the whole point here.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Wait. The whole point to me is to stop being a submissive slave and accepting whatever they do. Now,
It's
paperwork is
not,
the
because
act.
most people don't
Paper,
even read, John. Most people won't even read the Constitution to understand that their constitutional rights are being infringed upon. They don't even know.
can you
They think
refer me to
because of
this
what we learned in
constitution that you
school
speak of?
is enough to suffice through this life, and it's not.
Can you produce this constitution that shows our rights? Because you know what? It's been
You cannot
replaced. It's been
produce it.
vanished. They couldn't read it if they wanted to because it doesn't exist. Because the people that you're sending this paperwork to have disappeared it. Okay?
We know
Well,
that.
most of them don't even know it. They're just robots doing their job, John. And guaranteed, if they realize what they're doing opposed to what it could be like, they'll change their mind.
Really?
And,
Because their job is to kill, oppress, and to enslave you, and they're doing a very good job of it.
okay, well, guess what? I wore a uniform. I wore a uniform to protect and serve from domestic and foreign
Okay, you wore a
entities, okay?
uniform.
And I was
Okay.
over and I spent my time doing what I was supposed to do. And yes, as a soldier, you are trained to do what you are told to do. But if we are training people here, they'll know what to do when it's time, because they'll be putting in that time. But that's not something that can happen overnight. The
Let's
thing
not
is
make this
that those of us
personally about
who are
you
here
because you know what?
bring our
Let's not make
ideas
this
to the
personally
center
about
and
you.
then disseminate the information and continue to organize the way that you are organizing. Just bringing in a it's kind of like a round table. You can't you can't help a person unless you're looking at every aspect of a person. So you can't help a nation unless you're looking at every aspect of that nation and what is needed in order to get it back in order. So
Okay. If you
everything
are
to be
uneducated, you
considered,
don't
all
understand what's
things
going on,
considered.
you can't help the nation. That is for sure. You're right.
Yes, you can.
Education is the key. Education is the key. Okay. What you got was indoctrination. You are not part of the help. You're part of the problem.
Okay, and that's why we're saying we must deprogram in order to reprogram. And this
Okay, I can
is
agree with that. Let's
this
deprogram in
is
order
the
to
education.
reprogram.
This is
Okay.
educating the people on
The
what we're
militia
doing,
forms
why we're
to
doing
force
it,
the government by force.
what we're doing, and why we're doing it, and
Going
why
to.
it makes sense for them to join.
You know, you remind me of Joe of Chris Lewis. Deprogram to reprogram. Let's reprogram into the
Well,
programming
guess
that they
what?
fixed us with,
I think I
because
was the
we're going
first
to
No,
person to
we
deprogram,
say
need to do.
deprogram to
the same
reprogram.
program.
No, we need
Yeah.
to do what you have been saying all along, John. That's what needs to be done.
What needs to be done?
We need what you've been saying all along. What have you been saying all along?
We need to have a revolution and do what needs to be done. Exactly.
But how do we
A
do that?
revolution.
How do
The
we do
A
that?
revolution is not
is
fought on a
Class
piece
Action
of paper.
567. This is the people's revolution. This is what we must come to. We
No.
must understand that Class Action 567 is who we are and what we are and is what we standing for. And that's all people coming together for freedom, justice, and total independence.
Is a slave that wants to continue being a slave's revolution. And that's not me. I don't represent
Oh,
that.
cut it
I don't
out,
want to be,
Don.
none of
You
us
wouldn't
want to be a
even give me a
slave.
chance to finish
What if you would
breath
say,
Beginning of this,
John,
before you started saying the same thing you didn't say about 50 times. We heard you.
what have
Ain't
you
nobody
said
trying to be
that
no
we
slave
need?
but you.
What have you said we need to do?
we have to have a revolution. And the word revolution,
How do we do that?
amendment, per the Second Amendment. Okay.
How do we do that?
Okay, like that's the only one,
Exactly
John.
like the
You just got
instruction
stuck on
menu
two.
tells you. Exactly like the instruction menu tells you. Do you need to read the Second Amendment again?
Listen,
Yeah,
did not say that we
well-regulated
need to be
militia.
united across the nation?
Look, a well.
Have you not said we need to be united across the nation? Every
Again.
state. That's what we're working at.
You're working on being exactly what the government wants you to be. A
Oh,
good.
say it
No,
again,
we're
John.
not.
Say it
Right
3 more
now.
times while you're at it. Go ahead.
Look, I'm dead serious here. I'm not. This
I
isn't.
So
know
am I.
you are.
I mean, look, there it is in the chat room. Since you won't let me say the words, I'll post it right there. Not that
Oh,
anybody-
well, good.
a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. A well-regulated militia. That is what we need to be working on now. Regulating a well-regulated militia.
That's
Not
what they're
And each
working
state
at.
has its own
Okay, how do
constitution.
you do
Lawson.
that with people who don't even understand what militia is?
Right.
okay. If
Oh, hang
you
on, I
don't
gotta do something
understand
real
what
quick.
militia is, because you don't even understand that you need a well-regulated militia, is what we need to
Okay,
be working
so
on.
now you go forth and you tell people what a militia is and then why we should be doing this, why we should be joining, why this makes sense for the all, not just for your little clique of crew, your little clan, for everybody. Why does this make sense for all people?
Okay, again, people are assembling in Virginia. Okay, they're supposed to be
Right.
assembling a well-regulated militia per the Second Amendment.
So
They are. But
wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we were all able to meet there and get on ground with the people there and see what's really going on? Survey.
I know you don't know what's going on. The government is taking away all our freedoms already, taking away all our rights, has enslaved us, has extorted us through these.
Okay,
fighting
so do we know how the
they call
people of Virginia
laws.
feel about this?
And we've had enough.
Okay,
That's what's
so
going on.
that's how you feel, John. Are you in Virginia?
Why is this about me?
No, because
I'm
you
trying
want
not
to
to
be
make it
heard.
about
So I
you.
mean, I'm just talking to you
I'm
right now.
trying
You
not
want
to
to
make
get
it
offended
about you.
by
Don't make it
somebody
about
coming at
me.
you. I just asked you if you was in Virginia. That was a simple yes or no.
Can I ask you a question? Are you
No,
in
how you
Virginia?
gonna ask me a question and I just asked you one that you refused to answer and
Because
it
you're
was a
going to answer
simple
the same
question.
answer I'm going to give. No, I'm not in Virginia. Are you in Virginia? Is anybody
Okay.
here in this call in Virginia?
Okay, so
Anybody?
why are you taking offense to it? The only reason I
not.
asked that question
point
is,
is-
well, don't you think it
Okay,
would
the
be
point is, and I don't want to be
if
rude.
you were on
Why are you
ground?
asking me that question?
Well, if you would give me a few more moments of your time, you would have heard me say, don't you think you would be more beneficial on ground to find out what the people really are going through rather than harping on your emotions about forming a militia? The militia is in Virginia. And if your message is that strong, then you should be able to pull some people in with you to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. But if you're not able to go to Virginia, then maybe we as a group can come together and see who's most eligible and put some monies together and send the person. And therefore we'll have boots on ground and information straight from the streets, straight from the people of Virginia, what's really going on. That's what I'm talking about. It had nothing to do with you, John. I don't know what
I'm
you
not-
all
okay,
hype
okay.
about.
Now,
Calm
now
down.
you
breathe.
done? You done
Maybe
then?
you need to
If
get
now
you a
you're talking
time.
about something else, that means you're done. Okay.
Oh, now
I
you
know
want to
what's
shut
going on in
me up. Now
Virginia.
you know I'm the wrong one to play with like
Okay,
that.
wait,
John.
wait.
Stop
I
playing.
let you talk. I let you finish now.
Now
And
you
then all
let
you
me,
decided to
and
go to
you
the
gonna
attack
let
mode.
me Well, let
Oh,
me
I
let
see. You
you go
won't let
on
me
with your
speak.
rant while you
You know,
taking
that's
those
how a
Hi,
notes.
Barry.
conversation works. Two
Hi,
ways.
Barry.
A conversation works two ways.
Well,
Oh, exactly.
I
So
was
stop
trying to
telling me
explain
how
the
it works to
paperwork.
talk.
Hey, you guys, somebody, I was trying to explain the paperwork, and John says we're all being slaves and that we're not doing the right thing.
Well,
Right.
I mean, the thing of it is that, you know, John's entitled to his opinion
He is.
naturally. The thing of it is it's really not an appeal to the tyrants, as much as it is an appeal to the people that have reservations on knocking motherfuckers straight out the box. You see, because y'all don't understand that. I mean, y'all do, but you don't. You understand that you don't stop criminals by asking, but then again, you repeatedly ask criminals to stop taking your rights. Now, there are those of us that are willing to, you know, go to other measures to keep y'all safe. Y'all just have to call us forth. Thing of this is we're getting the people that, you know, want peace to have a chance. You know what I mean? We're showing them, look, I'm giving you every benefit of the doubt to try. They're still going to tell you no. They're still going to steal your rights. And unfortunately, violence will become necessary. When that day comes, please don't say we didn't ask with tears in our eyes for you to come to the table and talk about it before it came to that. But here we are.
We got 200 years of tears in our eyes. When do men actually do what is needed of them, that the act, do the responsible act? Because right now everybody heading to Virginia is not going there to stand behind a piece of paper and say, here, I signed it, I'm signing it too. No, they're going there to have well-regulated militia to actually do what's necessary finally in history, and that's what they're going there for. They're not asking you to do it. Okay, they're going there to do it personally. The question is, are you going to be there trying to stop them, or are you going to stand with them? Because a well-regulated militia is what they are assembling, and a well-regulated militia assembles for the purpose of correcting.
Hey John, do you know anything about history, man?
I know too much about history. That's what my problem is.
Okay, all right. Well, you know that before there was ever a congregation in Philadelphia that we were at fucking war, right? You understand that, don't you? Do you not understand that?
Point.
My point?
Yes, please.
My point is that in the simultaneous continuum, which is outside of John Son's world, there are people all over this motherfucker that have opinions, man. So in the interest of appealing to those people while simultaneously taking part in the present, okay? You know, I'm not with all this asking motherfuckers for shit. I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm one of the worst ones when it comes to it. So really, you know what I mean? I'm not asking anybody shit. Never have, never will. The criminal record reflects that I don't ask nobody for nothing. The pardon reflects that I've been on my good boy behavior. Please don't tempt me.
That's real.
Well, all right. So can we get back to the bill if no one's gonna, Sarah? So we can find out exactly what's going on and then go from there. John muted himself.
Actually, I was going to do this real quick.
Oh, good. Go for it.
Just because.
Mr. President.
what we had here last week, which is the way he wants. Well, he is.
Okay, I'm done.
I don't like it.
Sorry.
I turned off my camera and I muted myself because I needed to take a dump with all this shit that's going into my system. I had to dump it out.
You
I didn't wanna
always
take you
got
all
to
in there
come
with
on
me.
with a 15-minute explanation for why you just did some dumb shit. We don't care. Welcome back, John.
Okay, not dumb shit. I was just getting rid of the dumb shit. Okay, I just thought I'd let you know that. Okay,
Of course.
now, simply, this act of giving them more paperwork is not going to do anything for us. All it's going to do, now that you have the people assembling their regulated militia, well regulated, now that they're assembling, you're telling them, no, go home.
We ain't
We're
telling
not
anybody
going to
nothing.
do it. We're not going to be responsible adults today.
We ain't telling
And
nobody.
that right there is offensive and repugnant to me. Okay, repulsive to me.
You better get there in Virginia on the 20th, and you better stand with them.
Dude, it's not about me. I am but one.
Obviously it is, because you don't know
It's
what's
about
going
the
on.
ones that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Why is everybody telling everybody else, no, don't do it, stand down?
Nobody told anybody to do anything. And maybe they said something about it.
I'm sorry, but this paperwork says, no, we're going to stand down. That's what this paperwork means. It means nothing else. It means we're not going to do it. So the people in this group are not about forming the militia. They're not about correcting the force of government. They're about being good little slaves, and let's do this paperwork the way the government told us to.
Okay. Are you done now? Can I get through this, or? Because you're welcome to leave too, you know.
I know. Look, I'm just here because you know what? I am one of the people. I am not one of we the slaves of this corrupt government. I'm going to do what the corrupt government wants me to do.
Well, if you with the people, you're supposed to be with the choir. Why are you always trying to sing solo? Hush.
I'm not singing solo. I'm just in a room where I don't have no patriots with me for the United States that know what needs to be done. I'm here with a bunch of people that actually need education.
Excellent.
They need to be educated, which is where I need to be, I guess, you know, to where the ones that aren't educated need the education. The ones that have been indoctrinated.
You right.
I guess this is where I need to be then, you know, that's it.
So, on behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia, within the territory, an active member of the identified as the United States of America, these are the defendants, each and every one of them from Virginia, which is 140 of them. This is a notice to cease and desist. And that is it. See, it's pretty simple.
Okay, cease and desist. Can we get into what they're ceasing and desisting of?
Criminal activity. Read the activities list if you would, sir.
The activities list.
It was a movement. Section 2. Can you guys read that? Can anybody see that?
Yeah, I can see that real well.
Go for it, Mark. Read it.
You have been found by the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia and the citizens of the United States of America to be guilty of violating the Constitution of the United States of America, which binds you to the same, and for which conditional entry into the Union is granted contingent on adherence. During the 2019-2020 legislative sessions, you have proposed the enacted unconstitutional and therefore illegal as implied legislative measures with the direct purpose and intent of stripping Virginia citizens from their sovereign rights as guaranteed and protected by the Constitution of the United States, which is an authority greater than you own, and to which you are required to adhere to, protect, and defend as conditional entry into the Union. Having subjected your case to a panel of we the people of the United States, it has been unanimously determined that the named defendants representing the Commonwealth of Virginia are guilty either by direct action or failure to act in the prevention of of at least and not limited to the following 7 breaches.
Okay, let them bring it up for you. Okay.
Amendment 1 to the Constitution of the United States of America shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Amendment 2 to the Constitution of the United States of America, December 15, 1971, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Amendment 4 to the Constitution of the United States of America, December 15, 1971, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, homes, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. Amendment 5, no person shall be held to answer for a capital or other words infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury. And that's the one that I attacked in the United States Supreme Court, which they held, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Amendment 9 to the Constitution of the United States of America, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Number 10, to the Constitution of the United States of America, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Amendment 14. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Section 3, remedy, you're going to have to scroll that up, Sarah. Okay, due to the nature of the offenses against the citizens of Virginia, properly identified as American citizens by law and constitutes, this notice is to inform you that if you do not immediately stop and repeal all acts of tyranny, oppression, and violation of constitutional rights against the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia, that legal action may be taken against your individual persons, which include but are not limited to termination of positions held, civil litigation, and criminal prosecution. Section 4, terms and deadlines. This is your final notice for demand of remedy. You must immediately rescind any and legislative bills which seek to oppress the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia and tender your resignation from office. Failure to comply swiftly and immediately prior to the January 2020 legislative session will result in legal action, which will commence effectively January 21st, 2020. This notice, which is authorized by Melanie M. Norton, a natural born citizen of the United States of America, as verified and signed, is testified and executed by we the people, et al., on behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia and the legally recognized citizens of the United States of America whose names and signatures appear below. And yeah, I need to sign that my damn self.
Here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, you got that?
we're not
Okay.
done yet.
Now, well, man, I think we've gone far enough to where there's a lot to talk about there. Don't you? I mean,
Yes.
deceased and deceased immediately.
Mhm.
Okay, they have been found guilty.
Mhm.
I mean, those words are very powerful and very beautiful. Immediately means to stop immediately. It doesn't mean, okay, we're going to give you to whenever you decide you want to, or we're going to go to courts now and to try to, see, they've already been found guilty according to this paperwork. What happens when you're found guilty in a court of law? Okay, you go to sentencing now. You go to the action. Okay, now instead of going to an action, you're claiming that they're found guilty, but then you're claiming that no, now we're going to take legal action against you. We're going to start at the beginning again. It's a big circle jerk, is what I'm trying to say in a very nice way.
It's not a big circle jerk. What it is it's we the people coming together to arrange the charges ourselves, and we are willing to press it all the way. Now the thing of it is
all the
what
way
have you written, John? Just out of curiosity.
Just out of curiosity,
John, out of curiosity,
to the legal system controlled by your enemy.
What have you written?
Huh?
What have you written?
What have I written?
Yeah, what have you done at all? Anything other than rant? What have you done? What action?
Educating the masses on what the proper course of action is.
How do you do that?
The course of our government.
How do you do that?
Okay, you teach them the Second Amendment and what it was for and how it is to be.
How? You've not written anything. How have you taught them anything? You've not come up with a curriculum. You're not teaching anything. You're just pointing and shooting.
I'm not here to teach.
I know the other day we were.
Master. I'm not here for that. You're teaching the teachings of your slave master to keep everybody enslaved. And now you're saying I'm not teaching anything.
My God.
And when I tell you what I'm teaching, you say, no, you're not doing it. You didn't write it. I didn't write the words that my slave master wanted me to put down.
Clicking. No, you're pointing and clicking. The other night you couldn't even find the fucking Constitution you were telling me to look at, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro,
stay on task. Ain't that what you always say?
You
were directing us to a Constitution.
Close to the mic or something.
You were directing us the other night to a copy of the Constitution that you yourself can't even fucking find. So what are you teaching us? When you send us to look at things, what are you directing us to, sir?
Oh, well, I'm teaching you that the Constitution has been averted. It is gone. We have tyrants. We have terrorists masquerading as the government for the people with a masquerade of a legal system that is not a just and legal system for the people or of the people. Okay? I'm educating.
Antifa's saying that. Antifa's saying that. You're saying the same thing as Antifa.
What does Antifa got to do with this?
You're saying you got the same message. What you just said is the very same thing. It's almost verbatim.
I don't have nothing to do with Antifa. Why would you do that?
Well,
you have the same
because
message
I'm pointing out,
as the tyrant.
I'm pointing out that you just embodied something that they stand for. I mean, period. So what I'm saying is you yourself, who pick everybody's shit apart, have adapted other people's shit. You're out here talking it.
I haven't adapted anybody's bullshit.
Why don't you chill on affecting people's? Why don't you chill on affecting people's free will? Why don't you stop trying to grind them into, let them move at their own free will pace to get where they need to go? Why don't you try it out?
Yes, let's let them move at their own free will pace. Do not stop the militia from forming. Allow them to do what is necessary.
Nobody stopped the fucking thing from forming. Oh, look. Nobody stopped anybody or anything from doing anything. Expect us. Can you read that shit? You can fucking expect us. And we live by that shit, John. We're going to be down here. We're not just talking about it from far away, man. We're going to fucking be there.
Dude, hey, if you don't have the proper state of mind, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. Your mind isn't
Right.
of we the people and what needs to be done. Your mind is of
It's
the
not.
of the United States government and the enslavement and the
Right.
end of
I
freedom.
hear you, man. I hear
Okay,
you.
we're here to establish freedom. The only way we're going to do it is to assemble the militia. Now the people are standing to assemble, and what are we doing? We're talking about no, don't assemble the militia. Let's do more paperwork.
That's not
That's
right at
that's
all.
been the problem all along. Is the
Who
paperwork?
said
How can you say that? How do you know
what
that?
the fuck?
How can you say
Let me
that the
ask you
militia's not
something.
informed?
Why is the government setting up roadblocks and planning to take people's guns away?
They're not planning to take people's guns away. They're trying to do crowd control.
And their purpose of this ground control is to take the guns away. What do you mean they're not trying? Isn't this whole thing about them taking our guns away? Isn't that where it started?
The
I
20th
mean,
to be the lobbyist day where they get to lobby. They get to fight the bill that's been
the
passed.
people know the lobby is bullshit. The real people of America, the ones that are about to stand up, know that's bullshit.
I suggest you get walking down. It'll take you about a week to get there. You'll be in Virginia with them, then you can stand up with them.
Hey, I can do everything from here that I need to do. Okay, you don't have to dictate to me what I need to do.
And John, that's your choice to do it from where you're at. Like we have choices to go to Virginia and file paperwork.
Mark, the only reason you want to go to Virginia is to see what you could steal.
Yep, that too. Because
Okay.
if they're dumb enough to let their gun rights go, I'm stealing every damn thing.
I respect the fact that you're honest. Now that I can respect. Okay? That I respect. I respect honesty. I don't respect people that want to put everybody on their knees and say, look, we're going to try it this way. No, this is what got us on our knees, and just stay on our knees. When people are ready to stand up now, we're supposed to be the people that say, hey, we're ready to stand up. Well, goddamn, let's stand up. Let's all
Hey,
get on the
Bullbag.
stage.
Hey, Bullbag, were you listening? The paperwork is for the people that choose to participate in the fucking paperwork. The dudes sitting behind the fucking guns that are actually going to be there handling that fucking business, they're not fucking with that paperwork. They don't give two shits about that paperwork. You get it?
Everybody's doing their part.
Right. And
Everybody
they still
has a
ran.
part to play.
And they
paperwork
still
is being
right.
submitted
They're still
by-
slaves. They're slaves still doing their fucking part while he sits in his fucking room and rants.
Hey, wait.
Get the
And
fuck
this
out of here.
paperwork is being submitted by our militia.
Somebody's got to do it.
Are you fucking serious, yo?
I'm asking the question, dude.
It's not by our militia. It's by we the people.
It was a question to the man that is
So
actually.
we just
setting up-
covered that, didn't I? I just answered that question before you even fucking farted it back out of your mouth. Here's what I said. The paperwork is for the people that believe in paperwork. The guys that are going to be behind the guns are going to be doing their thing to both protect the people and whatever else is necessary. How about
Okay.
that? Is that clear enough?
Okay. The guys behind the guns are protecting the people. Okay,
Right.
you're saying now, what is their course of action to protect the people? If you don't mind me asking, and I'm serious.
It's not our initiative, so we're a defensive force, so we can't do any of that. You're asking me for offensive shit. I can't tell you any of that. We're a
Okay,
contingent
okay.
force. We're a contingent force in place to spring into action if the people need us. That's it. Defensive. I know that doesn't sit well with you. I know you'd like to get a whip and whip us all into battle. I get it.
Defensive
What?
against who, though? Who are you being defensive against? Who are you? Who do you expect to have to defend against?
Anybody and everybody that goes to hurt the people. How about that?
Okay, so in other words, you want to defend us against the government. I hope. I hope it's against the government.
Who else would it be against?
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, that should be simple. Against the government and these
Nah, man. Let's make it hard. Let's just say they're aliens from fucking outer space, John. Let's just say
Come on,
that
dude.
for shits
Dude, I
and
mean,
giggles.
look, I'm speaking straight up. I'm speaking with respect. You know,
I've been speaking
now
straight up and with respect
you
the
don't
whole
want to say
time.
that you're
You're
defending the
talking in
people against the
circles,
government.
though.
Wait. You don't want to say you're defending the people against the government because that's not what you're planning on doing, or is it because you just, you know, you don't want to talk to me? I don't know. I mean, I'm being honest here. I'm asking.
I'm being as vague as I can possibly be without incrimination. How about that, John?
Okay.
I have the right to not incriminate myself as well, don't I?
Okay, well, I'm willing to incriminate myself, and I'm willing to be straight up honest.
But you're not going to be there. So listen,
I'm here.
incriminating yourself in something that's far, far away
Okay.
is real easy
Okay.
because nobody can build a
Okay.
case and put your
Give me a
hands
second
on
here
it.
now. I'm going to respect what you just said to me, and I'm going to wait until November 2nd and see what happens.
What do you say, November 2nd?
As far as talking to you, that is, because that way we're on the same page. Okay? Doesn't mean I'm going to stand down from what I'm doing. It just means, okay.
Man, they might be in full-fledged boogaloo by fucking Valentine's Day, and you might be starving to death by fucking November, bro. You know what I mean? Like this thing. What? Did you say November 2nd? Didn't you just?
I'm not talking about November 2nd. I'm
You did say
talking
November
about
2nd.
the 20th of this month, 10 days
Yeah,
away.
I know, that's what I was wondering, because you said November 2nd.
7 days away. I didn't say November 2nd.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You did.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
I meant the 20th of January. I'm sorry. I said the wrong. You know what it is? I've been saying that for so long. It just came out the words. I apologize. What was meant to be said is January 20th. Okay? I'm still going to push that we exercise the Second Amendment as it is intended on that day. And anybody
Don't you think that
in the act of trying to stop that, I'm going to be against.
So,
you know,
you don't think that thinking outside the box is better than thinking inside the box when the government, when they already got stuff set up there? Don't you think that
okay.
if we stand up and fight, it's going to be a bloodbath?
What's inside the box? Is that the government inside the box?
It's January 2nd, 20th in the box.
I mean, if you want to look at the box, the government in the box, the people outside the box, because that's the situation we have now in this country. We are outside the box. They control everything. They are the box. They control. It's a controlling factor. Okay? I am outside the box. I am not thinking inside that box. I'm thinking as we the people, as a free person. Because I know what needs to be done, just like a lot of people know what needs to be done. Just like all through history, people have known what needs to be done. Okay? And now is the opportunity to do it. Now is the time that the government has shown their hand to every single American citizen, that where you can say, when they say, no, I don't think my government's going to do that. Well, look right here. Look what they're doing.
No, it
Hey,
has
John, can I make an assertion real quick?
Sure, man. Go ahead. Why not?
Instead of a word like opportunity, this is our opportunity. Why don't we say it so that the people more embrace it and say, they've forced us into this position. It wasn't our choice. And here we are, but by the choice of tyrants. But to say this is our opportunity makes it sound like you're looking forward to watching people get slaughtered.
I get what you're saying. Let me correct myself like you just asked me to. You're right. Okay. To me, personally, it is an opportunity because I've already felt forced into that corner. Now they forced everybody else in, and it is by their forcing us to do this. To me, I see it as the opportunity for it to happen. That's just a personal viewpoint. For most people, it's like, okay, they forced into the situation. Now I'm forced. They're just figuring it out. Now they're forced. But I know what you're trying to say there. And
there's still so many people that are not.
Personally.
You know, you said that we would do this for 20 or 200 years. We haven't not been doing this for 200 years because we've only been alive for whoever's the oldest person here.
Right, but you're doing the same thing the people have been doing for 200 years. They got us here. They got us here.
Yeah.
The same course of action.
Actually, that's not exactly accurate, John. About five
Well,
and a
not
half years
exactly.
ago.
Okay, not 200 years. The
About
last
5.5 years
150
ago,
years.
I had a blog talk radio program called We the People. We went through the Constitution repetitively for like 8 months, and then we let that go. We ended up doing the Constitutional Restoration Project a few years later, which was about 3.5 years ago, which we did the same damn thing, only we broke it down. And then we actually gave a plan for the restoration of constitutional government, which was, written by a different author. I didn't exactly advocate some of the processes that he outlined in his assertions, like killing the power to everybody and shit like that. Like, he was down for some crazy shit, but he was trying to get the constitutional republic back. I dig it. We did a lot of stuff. I've been educating for 5.5 years on just radio blog talk programs, man. I've done the best I could to make them understand what's happened here.
Yeah. I think a good viewpoint of that is, okay, who in history has ever successfully accomplished bringing this to a constitutional country? Who in history did this? Who accomplished it ever in history, has brought it back to the Constitution? And actually wasn't bringing it back. They actually formed the Constitution.
Well, here's what happened, and I think we can all really understand when Mr. Franklin said, "A republic, man, if you can keep it." It was understood that the British were the heaviest superpower at the time. You did good holding them off for 7 years. You wouldn't have had the resources to hold them off too much longer. And if they would have not had France fighting on their own continent, it would have been a whole different complexion. If they could have put the full weight of their might on us, it would have went completely different. You'd still be speaking with a British accent. But it didn't go like that. It fell the way it fell historically. And there was an opportunity for these people to claim an independence that no other people had known on earth at that time. Now,
yes, you're correct.
Now, here's the thing. Sure, there's been insurgents of the globalist initiative all along. Sure, it's irrefutable. Aaron Burr, who killed Hamilton, some people actually steer this guy as a hero. He was a closet commie. So there was a lot of influence going on, dude. And the thing of it is the fact that it got nailed down the way that it did, with all the different hands in the suit, is almost as, you probably don't believe in immaculate conception. I do. You know what I mean? But it's almost on the same plane.
No, I understand what you're saying, Joe. I know history.
You're taking a clergy and farmers. These were not warriors. These were not soldiers. These were people that just had enough of being told what the fuck to do in a place where the government didn't live. And they said, hey, the hell with it. We're going to do our own thing. They got it figured out. There was a lot of education amongst those people.
No, wait. It didn't have nothing to do with the government not living here. It had something to do with the way the government was governing us.
No, it had a lot to do with the government not living here. When your supplies are 2.5 months away by boat, that's one of the signals. If the British came, 1 land or by land, 2 if by sea. You know what I mean? When you got to wait 2.5 months to get your supply chain in, that weighs heavy, man. A war could be over in 2.5 months if the indigenous population swallows your army straight up.
Okay. You see, you're bringing things in, and there's so much to look at there because, okay, they were from another land. They had this one in control. They were the government here. Okay. Now, what we did, we didn't do it because they were far away, because of the treatment we were receiving. If they would have been treating us right and giving us our freedom and not oppressing us, we would have had no problem with them doing whatever they want to do up top, as long as we could live free and do what we wanted to. Nobody has a problem with that. I got no problem with a government if they're not going to be oppressive. But all through history, all governments are oppressive. But the point is, we formed a document to unite the United States so that we would be a superpower, so that no foreign enemy could come and overtake us and enslave us again. Because basically that's what it is. They start extorting you for your shit, and that's not acceptable. And that's what our government is doing now. The difference is now our government is local, so they don't need supply lines because they need the people. They don't have the people if we stand together. We don't have to fight an army from a foreign land that doesn't care about who they're killing over here. We have to just stand together as a people and not kill each other.
Man, listen, you're working against globalists. They have the money to pay every motherfucker on every continent to come over here and fuck you up. What are you talking about, man?
That's the whole point. Exactly. We're working against globalists that own our country. And this paperwork is going to be handed to the globalists, and they're going to make the final decision on it. And that is the part that is the point. I like the beginning of the paperwork, though. I did. I think it's there where you're just reciting the Bill of Rights is like, why are you reciting something? But the fact that you are found guilty. Now, if we found them guilty, that I like, because okay, yeah, we found you guilty. You are now under arrest. Get in the bars.
It's a form of the people. It's a form of the people's voice uniting as one and telling them all in one voice, we are willing to bring charges against you. The judiciary branches of your state government may not do their job, but we'll take it to the federal and they will be compelled to do their job. But now the thing of it is, that's good. That's good. That's a good olive branch for the people who are looking for a peaceful resolution. That's the olive branch they're looking for.
Okay,
that appeases them. That appeases them.
Doesn't appease me.
Makes them ready to
doesn't appease me at all. It makes,
it
makes me see that we're going to take the same course of action that got us here. We're going to tell people stand down when they're ready.
There's two different sides, John, and that's what you keep failing to wrap your head around.
There's always two sides to a war.
No. But the people that are seeking the appeasement and peace are getting what they're looking for with the documentation. The people that have guns and are looking to fuck somebody up are getting what they're looking for by the government being heavy-handed and trying to take people into custody for their firearms.
Nobody wants to fuck anybody up. I don't believe that. Okay?
You just said opportunity.
Oh, opportunity to fix what's going on. I didn't say anything about hurting anybody. I'm talking about arresting our entire United States government. How do you think you're going to
stop criminals? What do you think happens when you go to stop criminals? What do you think happens? What do you think you just show up and they say, "Oh, okay, we did it"?
In jail. How come we have so many criminals in prison?
Because well, that's a matter of pollutants and other such shit. But
the point is, what happens when you stop a criminal?
What happens when you go get Northam for fucking the things that he's done? What do you envision is going to happen, dude? Okay. What do you think? He's just going to come out of his house and say, "Okay, you got me. I'm here." Fuck
what
no.
I think is going to happen if we exercise a well-regulated militia, what I think will happen, the people that are there to defend him are going to turn him over.
You believe that?
If we do a well-regulated militia, yes, I do.
Okay, so you believe Secret Service agents that are paid by administrative agency, which are the same people that pay the FBI, the NSA, the CIA, the DEA, you believe that those people are going to give up those guaranteed paychecks for defending those lives just because they're we the people too? You believe that?
If we exercise a well-regulated militia, yes, I do believe they will.
And how exactly do you plan to exercise the well-regulated militia? In what application? How in your mind do you envision the application of the well-regulated?
The people uniting, standing up.
No,
Okay.
but what action? Not just standing up. You're talking about the well-regulated. It's already formed. They're already standing. What, in your conception, do you say? What do you just present yourself as a field on the battlefield as an army before them and say, "We are vast. Throw yourself down here now"?
Okay, you're talking about one person here. We walk up to where he's at. We walk right up to his door. We're here to arrest him.
So you march all your men up to his door and you say, "We're here to
As
arrest
many as
you."
necessary, not all. Because you know
Okay,
what?
what happens?
You're not gonna fit
Okay.
millions of people up in his doorstep.
So what do you do when the guys that are there to protect him bust out an M134 and start sawing you down by the dozens at a rate of like 12 per second? What happens then?
Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
A well-regulated
serious.
militia.
A
Okay,
well-regulated militia doesn't
is the
walk
numbers
through
with arms in their hands ready to fire. Okay? Now,
Man, these motherfuckers
this
got
person
Vulcan
is inside of a
cannons,
building.
dude.
Wait.
These
If these
guys
people
got
are inside
Vulcan
of a
cannons.
building. Okay, wait. I'm just, look, I'm trying
You
to
ever
say it.
seen an A-10 Warthog in action, dog?
Okay. They're inside of a building, right? We have got that building completely surrounded by thousands. They want to go ahead and start shooting. What do we do to the building?
Okay, but what I believe what Mr. Crawford's trying to get around to you to explain is what measures are you planning to execute in order to get these thousands of people to join you in this idea of your well-regulated militia? Have you drawn out a plan of execution on how you're even going to get people?
Because I'm going to tell you, go into
stand with you?
places that they have hardened, places that they have already previously established defensive positions. That's a bad idea, dog. You're going to take a lot of casualties, and you're going to
Okay.
steer the public's
Okay,
heart
let me-
away
let me-
from
let me see
fighting
how
by
this
getting
works.
beat the fuck
Absolutely,
up.
because
Okay,
see,
okay.
then
Wait.
it weakens the it weakens the
morale.
front line.
The morale.
So you don't want to weaken your
Okay.
front line. You don't want to go in like that.
Okay, when the well-regulated militia stands up, okay, that in
Okay,
itself.
so what is a well-regulated militia? Because I don't even want to hear you say that anymore. I want you to use another term.
Okay, when a well-regulated militia, there's no other term
No.
for it. So there. Or what do you
No,
want me to say?
John.
Okay, when the people that have brains and aren't stupid like you, does that
No.
sound better?
See, you can't even get your message
Does
across
that
without
sound
getting
better?
irate and
Let me
hollering
speak in
at me
English. Let me
and
speak your
calling
language that you want me to.
and everything else. So
I'm
how do you
speaking
think
English.
people are gonna follow behind you and all your emotional?
You keep interrupting me. Why? Why won't you let me speak?
Because you've been speaking
all
for quite a
night.
while.
I've been speaking all night. I've been listening pretty damn good here.
Well, you ain't
Couple of words
listening
in,
good
I
enough
listen a
because
lot.
you're too busy
You
stumbling
ask a
over your
question,
own
you
tongue right now,
let it
trying to
be
talk
answered.
about the
What kind of
well-regulated
person are
militia,
you?
but
Give me
you
a
can't
second.
give another name to.
What kind of person asks a
Give
question?
me a
and refuses to
second,
let it be
please.
answered?
Give me a
Me?
second, please. Here's your answer. Brown versus the Board of Education, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. That's where paperwork gets you. It changes shit to our advantage.
To
These
what?
things
What did it change?
cannot.
What did Brown change? What is this you brought up out of the blue that you saying, look, I just said some pretty words. It changed. What changed? What
It
changed?
was law where we
What's
could
law
go to
now?
school, where we could go to school,
Landmark
segregation,
cases that
etc.
have been brought
Landmark
against the
case.
government in pursuit of happiness for the people,
Happy with the
and
school
the
system
people
they gave you.
have won. So these are what we call landmark
hey,
cases, which can
could I-
be used to
So you're
prove
happy
a
with the school
case.
system
Hey,
they gave
hey,
you?
could I get
Our
I get
kids aren't
just
in
a second
danger.
in?
Oh,
Come on,
sure.
Ben.
I'm done
I would
because
love to
John
answer the
is
question
irate.
first
He's
that I was
going
trying to
ham
answer.
right now. Get your slice
Okay,
of bologna.
so
Get off the ham.
Now,
so
let me
it,
finish. Let me answer the question first, please. Okay.
yeah.
A well-regulated militia. Once we stand up, the people of America, well-regulated in our militia, okay? The United States government is to stand behind us. The United States military, excuse me, I said that wrong. The United States military is now to stand behind us and take orders from the militia, no longer from the government. So now, look at the mighty strength we have behind us. And you think the CIA or the FBI or these people for a paycheck are going to hold up in a building that we've got
So now you calling for
literally,
U.S. troops
the force
to
of the
to
United
call a
States
mutiny
military
again
behind us,
and
and
be
there you go
charged
interrupting.
treason.
You can't
Just
stop from
did a
interrupting.
show on it. And he called the National Guards and asked them if they were to give an order, would they have to follow it? What would happen to them?
They would follow that order.
They're supposed to, yes. Or there's going to be.
Excuse
But
me.
there's consequences to pay. And for a soldier, the soldiers just want to do their job
Okay.
and
As
make
a
their money
soldier,
and
okay, I'm
go
gonna ask
home
you
to
a
their
question because
family.
we
They
can't
ain't
get
trying to
past
play
that
No,
around
without
with
John
the
answering
whole
a question.
idea of a militia
Hey,
Let's
to
ask
go
you a
against
question. Let me
the
ask
U.S.
you a question.
government.
no. Barry was next. He has to say something. And
I haven't even been able to answer the question because I keep getting
Oh,
interrupted.
you've
But
been
let's go
trying
go
to
next
answer
to
this
the
question for
next,
10 years,
next. If we're not going to
John.
speak
Please
tyrant and
let
support
Barry
our government's
speak.
tyranny, let's not let that person speak. Only the people that support the tyranny of the government are allowed to speak
answered the
here.
question. How long does the answer got to be? You answered it. You told
I
us.
haven't been able to answer it. I keep getting interrupted. What do you mean I answered it? Are you
answered
not
it.
paying attention to this conversation?
I did, yes. I
Oh.
heard it. You answered the question.
And I haven't been interrupted every single time I go to speak.
Well, how long is the answer going to be?
It's been nothing but interruptions. I haven't had 30 seconds to speak straight. What are you talking about?
Oh,
How long?
John.
You spend 15 minutes
man.
complaining about
You
how
all can
you
lick the
always
asses
get
of your
interrupted.
masters all you
And
want.
you don't let nobody finish nothing. You just want everybody to bend to John's will. And guess what, John? It don't work like that.
You don't even know what the definition of
Turn is
freedom is, young
over.
lady.
There's that violin
Turn
again.
is over, John.
My heart bleeds for you. Barry, come on, say what you gotta say, Barry.
Everybody. All right, Barry. Here, you let me unmute you. All right. Let's get to a different subject. Hi.
So I did want to bring out a very important aspect of a meeting that I was in earlier this evening. It has been observed that there's no way to delicately put it, the racial divides need to stop in this moment, and we need to absolutely work together as, you know, a people, a one unified people. I really could use the help of, I mean, let's be honest. Ferguson, you know, the riots back in LA back in the day, if anybody remembers, you know, these things got things done, man. Unfortunately, I mean, sometimes you got to knock some heads to get some things done. And it's been observed that, you know, really we need to start inviting people from the city out to the woods, get them working with our units and get them fluent with what we do and how we do. And you know, that training would really appeal to somebody growing up in an inner city. I know it would have appealed to me when I lived in the city. You know, there's a lot of things because they're going to take that training back home with them. And when somebody goes to go buck wild in their community, they're going to hose him off. And we're not going to have to worry about spending money to house and feed and clothe that son of a bitch for the rest of his life. He's going to be gone. And, you know, the government has really provided an opportunity for us as a people to bond and meld in this moment. And it's been observed that that is a necessary a necessary ingredient for a successful equation. And I just wanted to let people know that that has been discussed. I mean, some of the meetings, and I know they're called secret meetings, but sometimes you got to tune out the garbage and just take some of the smartest people you can culminate, put them all together into a think tank. I'm done. I yield.
Okay, look, as far as us housing and feeding and clothing people in prison, no, dude, prison is slave labor. These people actually are working in there. Nobody's allowed in prison not to work and provide and
We all
produce.
know that. We've been to prison, John. You've been to prison. Barry's been to prison. I've been to prison. Mark's been to prison.
Okay, well, I'm just pointing out the fact that these people literally.
That's not true. That's not true. They had me for 2.5 years in a place called the Animal House where you don't move. It's just in there to whittle down the population. Every once in a while, somebody gets killed and they leave, but you don't have to go to work. It's medium high security. As a matter of fact, you're not allowed outside the little fucking perimeter of that aspect of the penitentiary.
So you didn't have a job in there.
What you're
You
saying
just
is not
hung
true.
out all day long and did what you wanted.
Yep, sure did.
Yep, sure
Yep.
did.
And I
Okay,
did that.
well,
Good
I did
chance.
6 years in a maximum minimum security, which is mostly maximum actually, and minimum. And then I did do it all the way because you got to work your way down to get out. Okay. And in every single
John.
one of the facilities I was in, everybody had a job and had to do their 8 hours.
You were a
work.
trustee. You were a trustee, weren't
No,
you, John?
This isn't jail. Jail is not the same thing as prison. Prison.
Yo,
jail.
as you said, listen to her. Look, he was a trustee, wasn't he? He was a trustee, wasn't he? Look, you can hear how he's talking. He was a trustee. I know. You probably was. You started out as the tier man. He started out as the tier man, and then he moved up to the kitchen. And then next thing you know, he was on the E crew moving packs around for motherfuckers. You know how that shit
For
goes.
those of you who've never been in prison,
I feel you.
For those of you who never been in prison, you go into prison and you get to shoot a job. Everybody does, and you must work. You must produce.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Some of us outright refuse to work.
Let me say something. It does not cost the American people to house them. Now the system is stealing our tax dollars under the pretense that it costs money to house these prisoners. And it even says it in the 14th Amendment on slavery. In prison, slavery is legal. They are enslaved in there and they are producing as slaves.
Don't get people to not file taxes this year.
Oh, I don't even, well, what does this have to do with taxes?
It's uniting the people together.
What does this have to do with taxes? And believe me, there are people in prison that actually file taxes because they get their little returns and they know they can, so they do. A lot of people in there file. I never did.
Until we come together as people, we can have, so the revolution can start, the Civil War can start on the 20th. People are gonna die.
I wanted to share something.
Dying today.
I wanted to add to John's idea of the well-regulated militia. See, the thing is that with a well-regulated militia, there has to be some form of organization. And so in order to organize, you must have a form of documentation to disseminate the appropriate type of information to those who are regulated by this militia, within this militia. So you understand what's happening here is the groundwork to lay for the organization of your well-regulated militia. So I just wanted to throw that in there, John.
I love her.
That was well said,
a well-regulated militia. I saw the groundwork as slaves to ask the government.
Oh, you're still talking about the same thing, John. You can't even receive what I just said.
I can't because I heard what you said. And that paperwork is not about well-regulating the militia. Read it again.
Is getting out to the public and showing what's going on, because there's a lot of people that still don't know. It's making them see that we're trying to do something, that we need to stand together to do
So
what you
think,
want.
You think a well-regulated militia is about now we're going to go back to square
I
root
can hear
one.
you say
try to make the
well-regulated
people
militia,
see
and
what
I
they
just
already
broke it
see.
down for you, and you still don't even receive what a well-regulated militia is,
A
John.
well-regulated militia is a militia in their course of action. Very simple. Well-regulated in their course of action, young lady. Let me tell you something. Let's focus on you for a second here. You were in the military. So
Okay,
you were part of
Papa
the terrorist
Smurf, let's
organization.
not get mad.
Did you kill women and children for your slave master? And say you did it for our freedom? Did you go across the world and kill men, women, and children that were unarmed just to say you were fighting for our freedom? Did you do that?
No,
that's
I
what our
did.
military does.
I did serve time in Iraq, and I did hold my weapons to a
places,
child, a man, and a woman in order to protect my safety and the safety of my unit. And would I have pulled the trigger if I needed to? You absolutely right, because I was coming home.
What were you doing there in their land, killing them? Why were you in their land killing them? Because there were no threat to any American citizens.
Because I was ordered to, and I took an oath to protect and serve from domestic and foreign entities.
And the only entity we have that we need to be protected from is our government.
Yeah,
so you're not an oath keeper.
Yes,
you are the terrorist.
Is that right?
You
the
chose
thing
to be
is
the terrorist.
that
Now you're telling everybody be proud to be a terrorist.
We say domestic, but we've never really been in a domestic situation where we've had to call upon the people. And so the thing is that the National Guard is still in place for the United States of America, and they will act upon their
orders. A domestic situation since the day I was born, because I've seen it. Now I can see in history we've been in that domestic situation ever since then too. Before I was born. And
John,
we're here
that's
that I'm
not the
standing
point.
now.
The point is you're well-regulated militia.
The point is that you don't know what you're talking about, and you are a good slave, and you support the terrorist organization and say, I'm doing this for the people.
Well, John, you can go ahead and have your little rant tantrum all you want and say what you want to say. The point of the matter is you just don't even know what a well-regulated militia is, and you said it about 100 times already on this call.
You told me not to use that word, and you not let me explain what it is every time I go to speak.
Oh, so now I have control of your tongue? Please stop.
You know you're wrong, and you're a well-regulated slave to oppress the people of the United States of America. And around the world, you are a
well-regulated slave to suppress the people. Yet I'm on here to awaken the people with information and knowledge that's going to help us to grow so we can get.
You have no pride, no dignity, and no respect for yourself.
I'm on your side, John, and you don't even see it, bro.
You admit who you are.
Stones at the wrong side.
You're supposed to follow you. You're a madman. You're a madman. Look at you. You scare people.
Hello, Rihanna.
Hello. I definitely want to say that I definitely, I do agree with John. And how do you pronounce your name?
You can just call me Veda or just Veda.
Veda? Okay, Veda sounds cool. My husband was in the military, and you know, I understand a lot of you guys that do go over there. It is definitely a big thing where if you have to shoot a child. I thought I wanted to be in the military at one point, but just sitting there thinking about how, you know, if some of those kids get bombs put on them, or they're forced to have to shoot, you know, military people or bomb them, it doesn't matter. That's definitely an agreement. Either it's you or them. And, you know, that's definitely hard for me to have to deal with, you know, because I'd be looking at my own child.
You know, yeah.
Right.
Hold on.
You look, go ahead.
Thank you. So that is definitely a thing that you guys, I understand, have to deal with. In her defense, John.
Okay, but the point is now.
I don't understand how it's over there. Now, but my husband's told me several times they've had to deal with that.
Okay, it's simple common sense now. What are we doing in their land? Attacking them. They're just defending themselves. They're the defenders. We are the aggressors. We are the bad guys.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Their land for absolutely no reason. They're not threatening our freedom. They're not threatening Americans. They're not killing Americans. They're not coming to America and doing anything to us.
Right, but the propaganda.
We went over there and attacked them.
But the propaganda stirs our attention. The propaganda stirs our attention towards those countries and those people and we're learning hate for culture and for traditional wear of clothing, things that make people unique. And so there's a lot of things that are against other countries because of the lack of information that comes through the media and news streams, because we don't know what's really going on. And so when soldiers, or when young people especially, raise their right hand to commit to the United States military of whatever branch, and they take that oath, it means something. And even whether you don't understand it or not, for what reasons you go in there for, it meant that to you until you know different. Now, when you know different and you don't do different, then you continue to agree with the agenda against the people. But now I am out on the other side. I can stand with the people because I understand that at that time of wearing that uniform, I was not standing with the people. Because if we had to turn weapons on this country, we would do it. Or just like they're initiating another country to come on these lands to draw weapons or to bring some type of control, which they don't have, or force a ban to relinquish your weapons of an entire state, that's just wrong altogether. So we're all in agreement with that. The point of the matter is we must come to terms with how we organize people who think differently, who thinking from the paperwork stance, who's thinking from the activist stance, who's thinking from the militia stance, who's thinking from all these other aspects that make an entire body. You don't have a hand without fingers as a complete hand. So the point is that we're all members of this body that we are calling we the people, the republic in which we stand. And to bring all this together, we're saying and we're initiating Class Action 567. And this right here is a centerpiece for all organizations to come together, to unify the unifiers and to organize the organizers. So all those groups who are already in a movement doing their work, continue to do what you're doing, but now let's unite on this one idea. Keep doing what you're doing, but on this right here, let's all come together. And then go back to doing what you were doing, as long as we all have freedom, justice, and total independence for all people. Not just your people, not just my people, all people.
Right.
We the people.
I like this lady, babe.
I didn't agree with anything you just said there, just about.
Well,
Nothing.
John, you don't agree with anything. You don't rock my boat, so you know.
But I'm just like, now, can I speak? Will I be allowed to this time? A well-regulated militia, okay, is the people, okay? All these other courses of action is the course of action the government is telling you to take. They are not well-regulated. They are do what your slave master tells you to do and be a good little slave. The point of the well-regulated militia is to bring that to an end. Is to bring that to an end, okay? To unite in the proper course of action. You see, not once can I get 30 seconds here to speak without being interrupted by multiple. Why? Because you're all good little slaves.
We
want your freedom. You don't want to regulate a well-regulated militia.
John,
this ain't new. Stop whining. Halfway around the world and attack innocent people, and you try to justify your actions.
Justifying anything. I can only tell my story and share my experience. I can't justify a thing.
And you ain't learned a damn thing from your experience yet.
Evidently, you haven't learned anything from the past 5 minutes of this conversation. So who are you to tell me about my past anything?
You're still protecting the tyrants. Why?
Okay.
Why are you protecting the tyrants? Why don't you stand against what you know is wrong? Why
won't you see us in Virginia?
Right.
Why won't you come to Virginia? Do like Sly Stone.
And rob the innocent people of the land, like you plan to.
So you would rather stay away from it, but you want to form a well-regulated militia
from his couch.
Hey, you all can sit there and talk your slave talk and all your dumb shit to me, but you know what?
The last thing I talk is slave
point
talk, so
is-
I know you ain't listening to the
is
right
the-
conversation. You must got some earbuds in listening to something else. You must be listening to talk
Enough.
real shitty.
Yeah, because he
People
don't
have had enough.
comprehend nothing.
And when they stand and you sit there at the end of it all and say, yeah, this is what I was all about from the beginning. Don't lie to yourself again. Start having some respect. Well, you know what? I should have gone along with this from the beginning because I know we needed to.
Who
but I
said
just
that,
like
John?
doing what my slave master told me to.
Who said that, John?
You are saying, let's do what the slave master told us. I have done what the slave master told me. I was wrong, but I'm going to continue doing what my slave master is telling me. And everybody else should do what the slave master is telling us to do. That's what you keep repeating. That's all I hear.
John, you a special case of special. And you know, you can't just buy that on the shelf anywhere. You got to really seek that out. So you know what? We're lucky to have you.
Special. I agree with you. And I'm not going to even respond to that, but you are. Because I'm not going to go there.
VC.
I just gave you a compliment, John.
I'm a special
I just
case of
joined in, so I don't even know what's happening.
John's acting up.
Pretty much
I know
talking
what's
about the same
happening.
thing we've been talking about. Vita,
I know what's happening.
it's awesome at
It's
keeping
people
her.
here figuring out what does our slave
wits
master
about
want us
her.
to do so we can do what they want us to do.
John,
and
you
continue their
worked
reign
for
of terror.
35 years, right? You worked for what, 20 years? You've been under slavery, chum. So shut the fuck up. Now
Hey.
stop it. We went to the military. We were enslaved in a different way. You were pouring bricks and concrete for somebody else. You paid taxes. You was a slave. Wear the fucking shoe. Papa Smurf ain't gonna jump up and all the Smurfs start singing la da di da 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 and start marching on shit and arresting people due to what the fuck you say.
What are you saying?
I just said it.
Started on a document that you guys want to submit. You have been found guilty.
Yeah.
What do you do when you find somebody guilty?
You take him
What
to
do
trial.
you do?
We
First, you
people
go through
take him
the
to trial.
Stop them
legitimate.
from
Arrest him
committing
and
that
take him to
crime
trial.
anymore.
You
At
go
least
through the legitimate
the very least
process
that we
of
can
the
do.
courts.
Wait.
Right.
The
So
very
just
least-
as the
Go
people
through
are,
the
They
process.
are
just
the
as the
court.
people
You
require
found
due
the court
process,
guilty.
so do they, and everything
Wait.
has to be proven
Let me say
in order
something.
to stick. And then that's when
Hey,
the
the love
sheriff
the
comes
ring
in.
on it.
I guess we'll have to make sure we find somebody else in Mississippi to fucking do his paperwork because it ain't gonna
Give
be
me
him.
30 seconds of speech, please. 30 seconds. When we've already,
No,
in that
please,
document, it
no.
starts off, you have been found guilty. What does an adult do when you find somebody guilty? You don't say, okay, now you have the right to decide if you're going to do something about this. You don't give the guilty party the right to decide what they're going to do about it. Or if they're
Okay,
going to
so
do
how do
something
you
about it.
enact this? How does this action take place? Okay, you walk in and you say
Keep
you
asking that,
have
and
been
we're not gonna
found
answer. You don't let me
guilty.
answer.
And then what happens, John? What is your well-regulated militia gonna do when you tell them they've been found guilty? Go.
Dude, we assemble. We start arresting them all. All of
With
them.
what?
We the people. The well-regulated
We the
militia.
people. Just go. Okay, so if that was so easy, all the people
Yeah,
that was
start
rallying
putting-
in Virginia
He's
today
gonna
would have
start.
gotten
He's
something
gonna start
done, but
putting hands
nothing
on
happened
people.
today.
He's gonna start putting
If
hands
that was
on
so
people.
easy.
No one was arrested today. Just the people were out there with their picket signs,
And they're
making all the noise and
guns.
showing up. They showed up, but what are they going to do tomorrow? They're going to send their children to school. They're going to go to work. They're going to go to McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, and all these different places, and they're going to continue to support this system in the sickness that we're already in. So
what are you going to do?
butt in and you tell them you've been found guilty. Now, what are you going to do, John?
Hey, that's the point of assembling a well-regulated militia to take control.
Okay, so
and
how
what
do you
needs to be
assemble
done.
that when the paperwork has not been done, or to make
If
the
you're
people
doing the
aware,
paperwork, you're not
to make
assembling
the
the militia.
people-
The
to
militia
make
is not a
the people
paperwork item.
aware
Hey,
that we're forming
good-
this
The militia is not
Good night.
paperwork.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Good
Barry.
night,
Good
Barry.
night.
Thank you.
The militia
night,
is
everybody.
not paperwork.
Night.
It is not legislation. It is not writing documents. It is the complete opposite, is the action.
Okay, so
It's
that
the
means
force
that
of
the
action.
Constitution means absolutely nothing. No treaty that was ever written and any agreements were made upon based on treaty. They meant nothing. So what are we even looking at them for? What are we even studying them for? What are we even looking back in history for then?
To hope that you would learn something that, you know what? They violated their treaty.
And to learn that you must take appropriate actions
few
before
have
you go rushing
violated
up
the
to
treaty
somebody
of
talking
the
about
many.
they've been found guilty
Exactly,
and you're
Vika.
under arrest and you have no authority.
You
You,
know,
haven't
I-
even
it's just like-
established your authority yet.
People just cannot allow somebody else to speak here. And you know,
No,
I
who was
sit and I
somebody
listen
and
and I
who was
listen and I
people?
listen. And when I go to speak, I get interrupted every single
So
time.
we
You know
talking
why?
about you.
Because you all don't want to fix this. You want
You
to
all
support
now is a combination of.
It's obvious. It's
What's
obvious.
obvious, John? You looking at yourself talking?
Yeah, I
Right,
am
I'm
looking
still
at myself
here.
talking, by the way. That is obvious.
Yeah.
I agree with you on
That's
that
all
one.
you can see. You won't even look at the person who's speaking at the time because you're too busy waiting on your next outburst.
And there it is. What I find hilarious is that the same rights and privileges were granted through the Constitution. John wants to take all those rights away from
Nothing was
everybody else.
granted.
Oh,
Nothing was granted, bro.
all the rights that were granted in the Constitution, you want to take that from the hard people that are in Congress and in the Senate and everything else. Get up, go arrest them. There goes due process right out the window.
Support the Congress, support your government, and what they're doing is correct. Right? Right? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Also, now you want to be the new government. You just want to take everybody's rights, lock them up, and go la la la.
Lies out of left field and
yeah,
stupid
probably make people
John,
listen to his
you-
3-hour
Hey.
lecture
Hey.
on a well-regulated militia.
Hey,
Mark, I'm with you, Mark.
Can't
I'm with you,
explain.
A
Mark.
special kind of special. You said it right.
Yeah.
hey,
You
I'm a
is
special
there
guy, I
anything
am.
new? Is there anything new going on with Virginia shit?
Yeah, they put in a couple bills, but it seems like most of that stuff's been slapped right off the table as far as taking a whole bunch of stuff off. But what I hear is they handed out 30 round mags today in town. They're like, hey, here you go. Here's some mags. Here's some magazines for you to hold 30 rounds. Let them come
Yeah,
take it.
wait. You get a magazine, but you don't get a gun to put it in. What good is it?
Right. That sounds like
Might
a
as well hand me
setup.
toilet paper. It's as good as toilet paper. But let's talk about the 30 round magazines were handed out. Right?
Oh, John.
I mean, that's
Seriously,
what I mean.
people
That's
had
what
their
Russia
own
did
guns.
during
I
World War
believe
II.
Let me ask you something.
I
Let me
believe
ask you
there
a
are
question,
other
simple one.
people with guns, John. They just didn't have ammo.
Legislation to make 30 round magazines illegal.
What?
Say that again.
Did they pass the bill to make 30 round magazines illegal?
They tried.
Okay, the word try doesn't answer the question.
They
Was it
No,
passed
they
or was
didn't.
it totally
They're
taken off the
trying.
They
table?
didn't.
They're
It's not
trying.
passed.
Has it been taken off the table completely? I'm not going to hear about it again.
You'll hear about it again because it's a
So
constitution.
it's still there. It's still there. So all they did by handing people 30 round magazines, now people pay attention really close. This is the
Yeah.
important part. All they did by handing out 30 round clips, okay, was make everybody a criminal by the laws that they're passing. Even though they don't have the ability to use that clip for anything, but now they are a criminal and liable to be arrested by
That's
the
what I'm
terrorist
saying.
Well,
organization.
they're
So
well
let's talk
regulated
about what a
militia
wonderful
because
thing
they
it
have
was.
bullets
Wait,
now.
wait.
You can't have it both ways.
Wait. Come on, dude.
You
You're not letting
can't
me talk
have
again.
it both ways. You
What are you
can't
talking
have
about
a
both ways?
well-regulated militia
I
without
can't have it both ways.
ammunition.
You're right. I can't have your stupidity and my knowledge in the same room.
You
Why
have
do
no
you have to
knowledge.
come- What did you have to be
You
so
have
immature?
insanity.
Jeez,
What?
Louise.
What?
No,
You
I have a
insanity
simple
and name
clue.
call. That's
The
what you got.
facts. The fact is,
Facts.
here,
Okay.
have a 30
Okay.
round clip.
Okay. We're all done. We're done yelling. We're done yelling about this. We're
Wait,
done.
wait.
We've heard your
Okay,
don't
stop interrupting me then.
don't
The
know.
only
We
one
don't
here
need
is
to hear
interrupting
you.
constantly.
We've already we know your side, okay? John, we agree
You don't
with
know
you.
my.
What do you mean? Most of us agree with you. We just don't agree with your tactics of how you're giving it to us. We are
You don't
going
know
to
my
a different
side.
subject. Yeah,
You
we
have
do.
to listen to a side to know it.
I've listened to your side many times. So has
I
everybody.
haven't heard anybody here listen. I've been interrupted every single time, and I sit and listen to everybody speak. And I've been interrupted every single time. You know why?
Can I say
Because
something
when
else?
I speak, it makes
Can I say
them look stupid,
Can I say
and
something?
they don't want that.
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
Thank you. It's not getting us anywhere. We're yelling and people are getting headaches. Let's focus on something else. Anything else. Because obviously we're not going to agree on this. And this is not about. I don't know what else to say right now. I think the paperwork part is a way to work right now because people are not organized enough. I think we get the word out there. We start showing people. We get every state to do the paperwork. It bonds us together. That is a bond. The paperwork is more for us to bond us, to get us aware, than to wake people up.
Okay. Let's at least educate
And help
the
us
people
stand
so they don't get in
together.
trouble. Let's at
Definitely.
least educate people. Wait a minute. Let me say something right now. Let's educate the people so they don't fall into a stupid trap by the terrorist organization. Okay, they handed you a 30-round clip. You go to your car now, you throw it in the car, you forget about it because you got no use for it. It means nothing to you. Now you get pulled over in the future. After this legislation is 100% passed, they search your car, a 30-round clip. It's no more good to you than a roll of toilet paper, but you are now a felon. You are now going to get extorted. You are going to get arrested. You are going to get fined. You might do prison time. You are now a criminal with a criminal record. You are never allowed to hold a gun according to the laws of this country again. They handed out 30-round clips. That is not a good thing, Mark Johnson. That is a bad thing. It's
That's
a
a good
setup.
thing.
That's all I'm pointing out. You're
That's a
saying
good
like it's a good thing. Look what we did. No, what you did is you fell into another trap. You didn't think it through because you don't think.
Are you
Now
ever
when someone
going to
brings it
stop?
up and makes you think you attack
No,
that
he's
person.
not, Mark. He's
No,
not
he's
gonna
not.
stop.
He doesn't listen
what?
to reason. A
And-
well-regulated
What?
militia is
Oh.
not a militia without bullets, dum-dum.
Okay, now listen. We're
What
done.
Okay,
good
enough
is
with
a
the
clip?
dumb calling. You guys.
Wait.
this
What
is-
good
this
is that
what the
clip to
problem
people?
is.
Do you know you need to have the clip for the
Stand there
gun you
calling
own?
people stupid and dumb, and you're not good enough because you ain't listening to what I'm saying. You know, that's getting fucking ridiculous. Vita has sat there and talked and been so calm and cool when she has somebody yelling over the top of her.
I've sat here.
I
tried
don't
to
like
talk.
that.
Okay, wait a minute. I've sat here, tried to talk. I've been interrupted every time. I have not been interrupting nobody.
Well, I was
sat quietly
actually
and let them talk.
just saying,
Every
you know,
time I've
somebody
tried
calling
to
you
talk-
a dumb, and then you're sitting there doing the same thing, John.
Fine.
You know, it's disrespectful towards everybody.
Wait. Hey, listen a minute now.
Yes.
I am getting interrupted every
Every
single
time I talk.
time.
Every time I talk, I'm getting
It gets
interrupted.
old, doesn't it?
It
Right
gets
now.
old.
I
It
don't know how
gets
long
old.
I've been on this
We
call,
can
but it got
repeat
old.
you verbatim, John, because you said
And I
the
am
same
a
thing.
adult.
Okay, I am sick of all you guys. No, I'm not sick of all you guys. Just the point here is we're not getting anywhere. We're going around and around, and I'm fucking dizzy. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I've been spun out of control. Thank you, man. So, if you want to hear my point on the paperwork, I will tell you. But if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. I do not want to hear anything else about the well-related mission that they can ever talk. I don't, because what you think, there's things going on. Oh, thank God. Okay. Sorry.
I do want to listen. Please, Sarah. This is your group. You know, you shouldn't have to deal with this.
So the paperwork is more about, okay, so we get it into Virginia and they say, oh, what the fuck is this? You know, whatever they're going to do with it. But then we show it to everybody throughout the states. Each state changes theirs to make it match their state. And on the same day, each state, all 50 states, we all serve the papers. Okay. That is united. That is the first thing that gets us united. When it doesn't work, but we still got the unitedness that we tried that. So the next step is we need to stand together, shoulder to shoulder, and we need to say, we're not taking this anymore. Every state, John's right in that way. When he says that we have to do it every state across the board, that's what the paperwork is going to start, is going to get the ideas in people's heads that we need to do this together across the board, right? That's what I think. That's
Exactly.
you know, it's showing that we're trying to stay we're not trying to get into violence. We don't want any violence. We don't want killing. But if that's what we need to do, we're gonna fucking do it. We're ready to do that. We're just gonna try this last act to give us that one little bit of peace of mind that says we tried everything we could try. Now we're ready because we're ready. If there are a lot of people out there ready to fight for their families and fight for their kids' rights. And that's what it comes down to. I don't care about my life. You know, most of us, a lot of us have lived their lives to a certain point. What about our kids? Our kids cannot keep going on. They're not going to have nothing but slavery and sexual, just stupid shit. But we need to get people together. And that's to me is what the paperwork's about. When the lady came up with the idea, I'm gung-ho about it because I think that's how I think about it. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I'm like, ah! Well,
no. Don't even apologize, Sarah. You shouldn't have to.
Beta, where you
That's
at?
just kind of where the point I was trying to get across because, you know, Vita, you were definitely awesome. You kept your cool the whole time. You didn't raise your voice. You know, the rudeness and I know you and John argue a lot, Mark, but that's just getting ridiculous. You know, we're a bunch of grown adults and this shouldn't have to go on.
This is true.
I mean, seriously, even with John, and I do agree with John, you know, there's a lot of things I don't know, and I'm still learning.
You guys, but,
you know, sitting there attacking each other, I don't even want to come in and listen to the show half the time.
Right. They cannot go on the 20th, and the guy, it's a trap. It's a total trap. They can't go in there forcefully. They have to go in there as peacefully and stake their claim. They go in there forcefully. They're probably going to be all herded FEMA camps like that, like it's been said. Who knows? Just that's what the government's waiting. They're waiting for them to rise up on the 20th to their death.
You know what this conversation makes me think of? It makes me think of everything that we speak of when it comes to the matriarch. And the matriarch is all about the women coming together. Now, it only makes sense for women to step into their appropriate position. And most times, in most families, the women handle the business and the men protect and serve, right? So if the men are training and preparing to be our
protective family,
then the women are doing the paperwork and getting all the inside work done and getting all that done. And then we're coming together and the men are coming together to do what they're supposed to be doing. And we join as one force on the day that we call to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they've talked about a date. I'm not going to really say nothing about it. I mean, you guys can figure it out. It's day that.
No date now. I mean, but the paperwork is being done and the organization has to take place and the numbers have to come in. Once we have the cumulative numbers, then we'll have the capacity and the ability to do what needs to be done. There has to be a show of force that is greater than the military.
Exactly.
Okay, Cheetah, how can I access the 567 proposition? Because I'm in the blind on this. I know nothing about it except what Mandela Khan. That's all I know about it. And I've heard from other sources that it doesn't exist and whatnot. But if I have the information, then I know
Mandela Khan is the secured party of that documentation. And so the whole point is not so much about that paperwork, it's the idea, the concept that needs to be grasped. And once we all stand together, we are Class Action 567. Like we are the creation of such.
So is this already in process? It's moving, or it's just?
You would have to ask Mandela Khan about that. As far as I know, we've already won. We've already won based on common law. We've already won. The only point is that the people just don't know. And then if we're not standing together and if we're not doing anything in unison, then we're lost altogether.
Correct. Let me ask this one question of everybody, okay? Can you reach out to people? I know I got other people reaching out, but can we reach out to people in other states that you know? And get this paperwork. Can I have your guys' emails? You put them in the.
Yeah, I think I gave you my email. Do you need it again?
Yeah,
because I definitely want it.
But I'll send you the paperwork. Get it out to as many people you can, and see. We need somebody from each state to delegate their paperwork for the be to serve. I'm expecting Mark to do Ohio.
I'm on it.
I got Minnesota.
I'm
Yeah,
in
that
Alabama.
Okay, you can do
Oh,
Alabama.
damn. This
Um,
is moving pretty good.
You guys know you want where you're at. Hey, Rihanna,
What?
you want to do your state?
Yeah, I can do it.
We just gotta read the.
I can actually definitely forward it to some people in Oklahoma, Arkansas,
There we
and
go.
surrounding places down where I'm from as well.
Mark, what'd you say going on in Ohio?
Okay.
Oh, well, I'm
please
going to
give me
get
the-
this. I'm going to get this paperwork from this beautiful lady right here. She's going to send me a copy, and I'm going to make quite a few more copies, and I'm going to present it to the courts downtown.
I'm sure there's other ladies in here that are beautiful too, Mark.
No, well,
I just
you don't
won.
have the paperwork. I didn't. You just don't have it. There,
He
she's
says
sending
we're
it.
all beautiful. He's good about that.
Yeah. I haven't met an ugly
just
woman
messing
yet.
with
Whole
you.
bunch of ugly men, but I ain't met no ugly women.
All right, so put your email in that thing, and I'll write them down or get them into my Gmail.
Okay, do you want me to send it to your messenger or on here?
Yeah, you can do that. Doesn't matter. Whatever's easier. So do it to Messenger, because then I can't lose it. 'cause then
You
here I-
need our email address.
Yep, so I can send you the paperwork. Unless you want me to send it in the mail to you, then you have to give me your address. I can print them out and
Email
send them in the mail if I had to. But yeah, send them out, and then we're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to, like Mark, will go to
Yes.
his state capital on the same day and deliver the paperwork. I'll go on mine, and then we'll have to. You guys will have to figure out other states stuff. This is not going to happen overnight. It's kind of a slow process. The Virginia one has got to be done right away. That's the one we need signatures for. And it'd be nice to get signatures from every state. That'd be awesome. But we just need signatures so the Virginia one can get in. We're hoping to get it in within the next 7 days.
You guys said they passed that Virginia law, right?
4 of them got passed today. And can anybody find them? And Joe left us already, so that didn't. Oh, here's the Virginia Constitution.
When is it supposed to come into effect?
That's what we need to find out. We don't know yet because nobody's read it.
Oh,
And that's what
okay.
I was trying to read how a bill becomes a law. There are steps that they have to take, and so I don't know them because I'm very ignorant when it comes to how our government works. Honestly, I didn't pay attention at school. I haven't paid attention in 40 years, and here I am, almost 49 years old, and I have no clue.
It's not really how they work. It's more along the lines for me is trusting them. You know, trusting them to do what was right, and
yeah, that's true, but there's a process of what they got to do, whether it's, they have to go through this person to do that. And then, they do have a process they have to go through, and that there are people out there that know that process, that watch that process. There's people that are very into politics, the Democrats who are totally Democrat, the Republicans, they know what has to happen first, and the next step, and the next step, next step. You don't just jump from the very bottom to the very top. You have to take the steps up there, and that's part of what government's about.
yeah.
Down steps, I think.
Before we get too far, Mark, I got a hold of your friend that you said to get a hold of.
Yeah.
And
Roby. Steve.
no,
Roby.
well, no, not that guy. The other one that you gave me his information. I think last night or yesterday to get a ride to Virginia or whatever.
Oh, Eva Silvers.
Oh, you going to Virginia?
Who, me?
I'm trying to.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to,
David
and I thought last night I was 2.5 hours. I was wrong. It's 3 hours and 4 minutes.
David
I'm
Rudder.
3 hours and 4 minutes away from Richmond.
Nice. Yeah, you're not very far at all. Well, if John starts walking, he should be there by Monday.
Boy, that cat of yours almost looks like a stuffed animal. Until she moved. That's the cutest little critter. Look like, Chase, look like you might have to fire up the truck, man. We might have some road work to do before the 20th.
As long as it's local, I'm down.
I gotta find my statistics. Not that I need
We
them.
might have to rent a car. You drive and we'll start picking some folks up.
No, I don't know about that. I
Whatever
got
works.
enough
All I can
ass to
say
drive
is,
that tow
I can
truck.
cover. I'm sure, I've carpooled with people, and I can cover my own end of the gas if I need to.
Yeah, that was David Rudder that you were supposed to speak with. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he had the eagle on his thing, and
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
he said he would try to make it up here, but he wasn't making no promises depending on what route he took. So,
Okay.
But I definitely want to go. I'm a big supporter of a lot of things. So
good. That's the key right there. So once Sarah gets me the paperwork, I'll probably send a couple. I'll make like 500, 600, 700 copies, and then I'll send some to quite a few active people around here, to Mark Moen, Steve Roby, and well, they probably already got it because we're pretty much a close knit. We're pretty much a big close knit family with a lot of people.
Well, I can email it or send it through Messenger or text message to a couple of groups that will actually get it out as well. So.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, but
and I have a printer, so if I get it and I need to print it out, I can just hook my laptop up to our printer.
That's what I have to learn. I have to become more technically functional because I've got the storage facility in the back of this computer that still don't know how to work it yet. I don't know how to do it, to get copies off of it, hook up a printer, all that. That's kind of like, it's beyond my expertise, but I know that.
Well, I can definitely show you.
That would help. That would help because I'm better with hands-on stuff, going out there and just speaking to someone hands-on and say, here, this is what you need to do. Sign it, put it in the mail, send it on through, and go from there. So I cause a lot of trouble on my own, as much as I can. But it's it
that's a
comes
little
down.
bit of all of us.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, like I say, I'm 20 something. Oh boy, 25 years ago, I've had my debut with all the courts in Ohio, all the way up to the Supreme Court in DC. So it's not like I've been sitting on my hands or just talking from behind a microphone. I've actually put the work in. So, we get a whole bunch of this, oh, you're not doing nothing but an internet. Well, when you get published in, let's say, 70 counties out of 88, that's pretty damn good for better than 30 years ago. When you're published in 75 counties out of 88, that's not when you make front page news. And I'm still in the newspapers as of last year. So
only one time I made front page news. Only one time I made front page news, but it wasn't in a newspaper. It was actually on the news. It was in Kansas City. And they're like, can we show your face? I was like, no, you cannot. And all I see is me pushing a guy across the road on a wheelchair. Because it was in Kansas City. It was in Kansas. And a friend of mine went to go see her dad in the hospital. But he was staying in a motel. And we ended up finding this guy I was living with. We were really good friends. His daughter ended up finding a razor on the floor, like a razor blade, but like one of those, almost like you can get them at Walmart, but they're the little like long stick looking razor blades, and you can use it to like whittle like certain kind of wood or whatever.
Okay,
so
yeah.
We ended up finding out. They took it to the front desk, and then they moved us to a different room, and apparently they ended up finding something else, another kind of razor blade in there. Well, they called the cops over there and everything, and the guy ended up getting kicked out. They wouldn't let him stay in there, but they ended up finding like I think 4 rooms with crack in it. they were busted. And apparently the workers were moving the shit around in the rooms. I think there was bed bugs in there too.
So the workers were holding drugs in the rooms, and that's smart. That's a smart move. I hadn't even thought of that. Damn, I got to get up on my game. So considering that I come from a long list of families that's been into this, you know, my family is notorious for this shit, but I decided to go the other direction. So I'm an outcast from the government and my own family, which is, I'm really on the bottom of the pile.
So you're basically the black sheep of the family.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know, I meant to say something about that too. I meant to put a post in that about that today. To be the black sheep of the family, then you know, someone has to be a black sheep for one to know its own. To be able to call you a black sheep, they have to know.
I think I definitely have to be the black sheep of my family, and it's so messed up because I'm the baby.
Yeah, me too.
My family, I had my older brother Wade, which he's known as the Diamond Child. Then my brother Justin.
The what?
As the Golden Child.
Oh.
And then just Diamond Child, Golden Child, and me. And I definitely am the black sheep of the family.
Yep, here too. Here too. I've been stripped of all my rights to the property that I own in Lima, and now the Golden Child is trying to take over it, and I'm going to have to go back through that because the city's getting ready to put him out and condemn the household because he just don't want to keep the upkeep. And talking about he's just basically trying to live rent free. So that's his deal. And I've been maintaining right here on where I'm at, 3 acres plus, and you know, I've got space. So if shit does hit the fan, I'll do what I can in that aspect. And there are some people that are in town that have big buildings that would house at least about 500 or 600 people.
Well, I know, being here in Gettysburg, it's definitely, I don't know if people would take people in now. I know I would, I ain't got a big place, but I could at least take a couple people in here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everybody's got to do what little that they can do to make things better for everybody. And go from there. I've been I went out fishing the other day and kind of wore myself out. And where the hell did my buddy go? He's out there. Chase, I think Chase done cut out on me.
Yeah.
Chase done left me. Damn it, I meant to tell
There
him.
was actually a deal on the news today. A guy caught a huge ass fucking fish. That thing was taller than him.
Oh, that probably a sturgeon. Usually, was it ocean or?
I'm not necessarily sure. It just showed
what state
a big,
was
huge fish. I can ask my husband that.
I'm a fishing fanatic. Now, what in the world are you?
Hey, where was that place that guy caught that fish? Was it like?
Yeah, tell him get his butt down here too, because we're going walleye fishing tomorrow.
Did you catch that? Go ahead and say it again.
Yeah, get your butt down here. We're going walleye fishing tomorrow. Would love to have you.
He's talking to you.
Oh, hey, come on down. We're going to get some walleye tomorrow. Fry them up. Come on down. Would love to have you.
What are you doing? What did you do? Thumbs up?
What
you did a thumbs up. Did you see it?
I saw that. I saw that. I was wondering, I'm like, what in the world? I saw a bed and blankets rustling. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, we ate last night. It was like 7 something. And I was like, so tired.
What is that shirt you're wearing? What's that say?
It says Hagen something.
Oh, okay. I thought for a minute I was thinking, oh, the Red Pig Inn. That's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I'm, you know, very
You've had that for a
conformed to
while.
the Razorbacks, so you know this is my shirt.
Yeah, you've had that for a long time. I don't think that's even on the market anymore. I don't think you can find those anymore. But
Hi, Sarah.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing?
We're doing great. We were talking about you, but you came in here, so we have to quit.
Oh dear. Well, I hope it was good. If it wasn't good, I hope it was fun.
It definitely is. It's always fun.
I'm sorry for breaking in and interrupting when John goes on his tantrums, but it gets old.
You know what? He was doing that to Vita too, like
Yeah.
really bad.
Brings it right back though, man.
But Sarah shut that down, didn't you, Sarah? I even got put on mute and I didn't even say nothing.
Oh, I just muted everybody. It's easier that way. And then I say my piece. But
That is fair.
I shut him down the other night too. I just shut him down because I couldn't take it. I'm not as good as articulate as Veda is.
Oh boy, she is very
I
articulate.
definitely have to
She puts it in place, but, you know,
she's like getting her point across without even raising her voice.
You know, such a woman, such an elegant woman.
Yeah, I'd like to get more on this class action 567.
What happened to Mandel? Mandel Licon.
I don't know. He left, Chase left, and apparently Vita disappeared.
Oh, she's still there. Well, her thing's still there.
She's muted.
Maybe
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is.
She might be off cooking something.
I was kind of feeling bad. It's like she just left us.
Now you know. Let's get back to this stuff here. Now you remember when I started out, I had the
What is
sniffles.
that stuff there?
That's that medication. Remember when I started this podcast? I was
Like antibiotics, liquid antibiotics.
Yeah. I had the sniffles real bad just before I started. I was halfway woke and whatnot, and I took a shot of that. Sinuses are clear as a bell right now.
You're on your PC camera, right? Or webcam, right?
Are you talking to me or John?
I'm talking to Mark. You're on,
I don't know. Let's see.
you're on your computer, right? Not your phone. Okay.
Right.
Now what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and put them down for a second.
Okay.
Grab your mouse, go to your camera. Try looking at you know, on the bottom did you keep your thing on the top where I had it when I was in there? Or did you go back to the bottom? Okay, go way over to the right hand side, that little arrow, click on that once and see if your camera comes up.
Little arrow on the right hand side.
Yep, by the top there.
Show hidden icons.
Right, that one.
Okay.
Click on that. Is your camera in there?
No.
Bummer.
There's no camera there.
Is it on the top? Is there a camera on the top with all the icons on top? The little.
Oh, something's popping up here. Let's see what's going on here.
You should be able to take a picture though with your webcam.
It's not doing a thing.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Sync issue in drive 1.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take your bottle and put it right up to the camera, right up to the where the camera is.
Like, oh.
Yep. And then I can screenshot it. Okay, bring it down a little bit so I can see it. Over. Right. Okay, stop there. Okay, stop. Okay, so it's 28% sodium chloride. Okay. Thank you. Now do the other one, and then I can screenshot them when I go through this video. Over a little bit. Certic gas. Hey, you make bath salt or bath bombs with this. Okay.
Well, it does purify your water, so it would work.
Yeah, when I was reading the recipe for bath bombs that was in there, I was like, where the hell do I get that at?
Yeah, but it's good stuff. Like I say, hey, I know tomorrow I'll be up and at 'em tomorrow. Just have more. I might have a little trouble sleeping tonight. Well, I kind of doubt it. It's never stopped me from going to sleep before. But it gives you a good amount of energy when you do it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm a bath person. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Lost my
for your animals too, if you do the same thing, 2 or 3 drops in their water, mix it up, put it in a gallon of water.
Oh, really?
Regular water, they'll pass on it, but with that in it, they'll go directly to that. If you put it down 2 separate bowls, your animal will always choose the one with that sodium chloride in it.
Why is that?
Single time. Huh? I don't know. I guess they can smell it and they know the difference between fresh water. I don't know. It purifies whatever it gets into, but you could put it down and your dogs will leave the regular tap alone and go straight to that. Just like that. It's weird, but it works. Yeah, I would give them more of it, but I'm like, damn it, I don't. My finances aren't that great, and like I say, and that's
Well, that's why you have to pay so much for sodium chloride.
Yeah, well, for both bottles, it's only $30, but they teach you how to make it. So.
Yeah, see, I would just make it and do it that way.
Yeah, it's online that you can just go online and get it and make it yourself. You know.
You guys.
And,
yeah.
I'm gonna kind of laugh. You see my hand?
Oh, ow! What did you do?
What'd you do?
That looked like
I
a
woke
dog
up
bite.
this morning. I caught it on this side too. I made breakfast.
Oh, what?
Oh, and I got it on that finger as well.
Cheese? What the hell were you doing?
No shit. What were you doing? Making bacon. Frying bacon, no?
I made hobo hash.
Made who?
Hobo hash.
Oh, potatoes?
We were talking about it the other night where you
Yeah, we
take
were.
sausage and hash browns and then eggs. And instead of having them separated, you just mix them together. Not at once. You got to cook the sausage first, then the hash browns, and then add the eggs with it. But I was making hash browns while the sausage was cooking. And, you know, I don't ever grate shit because that's what happens every time. I just figured I'd show you guys because it's like I had class this morning too. So I was up at 5 something, dilly dallied around.